Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another live stream. We have Gameweek 25, where I tell you what, we were bang on time to the second. Check us out for being so on time. And I hope you're having a fantastic week. It's Friday. For most people, that means that the work stops. For me, this is my work, which is fun, to be honest. And then we have to sit there on Saturday and Sundays and get red arrows. That's my job. Was my job stinking at FPL getting red arrows, but we enjoy it anyway. I hope you're all doing well. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what you're doing right now. And I appreciate you being here. Hopefully kick back and relax and have a pretty nice and easy stream. Good to see so many people in the chat already. We, of course, have my mum and nan. Always on time. Love it. We've got Ashley in the chat. We've got Darren, Immortal Technique. Good to see you. Discover with Sim, of course. What a legend. Good to see you, Shazam and Paul. Jeremy, good to see you, my friend. Best job in the world. I mean, I can't complain. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. A lot of people work harder than me and have to do jobs they don't enjoy. I don't mind doing this. I took a day off from work to watch your stream. That is the commitment I liked most. Thank you very much. Checking in from Japan, 1:30 a.m. Yeah, big love to everyone out there that has to endure pretty tough time zones for FPL as well. Obviously, that's one of the good things about living in the UK, or at least in Europe, or places with other similar time zones. Working out in the gym with Raptor on the mics. I can't imagine working out with me in the background. Surely that doesn't get you pumped. I'd probably fall asleep. I'm staying awake until 2:30 a.m. with Rossi, but that is big love. Toronto, cold AF. Yeah, I can imagine. It's pretty cold here, but nowhere near that cold. You're about to get me through my overtime, so cheers, mate. Big love, big love. Thanks for everyone for all the lovely words already. If you can't already tell, by the way, Bench Boost is active. I'm just going to go for it, I think. Screw it. Like, a couple of things. Firstly, it's fun to do something a bit different, isn't it? Secondly, it's a bloody game. Like, I've been really worrying about it all week, and I'm like, it doesn't matter that much. If my bench gets me 5 points, it's funny, and you can all laugh at me. If it gets me 30 points, great. If it gets me somewhere in the middle, well, then it's just fine. It's a fine use of the chip. I could also just do with a bit of a boost, you know? Give me an extra 8 to 12 points, and we're all happy. Timber isn't starting. Yeah, so I don't know if Timber will start. The point that I've made a couple of times is, like, Timber not starting doesn't affect my bench boost as long as he comes on. So let's say Timber comes on in the 88th minute. Well, then all of my bench will still stay there unless someone else misses out. So the only thing that would affect my... Because I'm never going to bench Timber just on the hunch that he might be benched. So Timber's always going to start for me. So the only concern would be, does Timber get 0 minutes? And I don't think Timber's injured. I genuinely think it was a bit of load management. Arteta has said that Timber's fine. So going under the assumption that Timber will be in the squad, do we think Timber gets 0 minutes? Do we think Ben White plays 90? Or when Ben White comes off, Timber isn't the one to come on? I don't know. He might not be in the squad at all. I'm not sure. But I guess I'm suggesting that I think Timber probably plays some minutes. So yeah. No, I'm not doing I'm not putting the likes of like Bruno and or Haaland, Enzo and Rice on my bench. I'm not doing that. I like to show my bench realistically what it would look like. I know some people will think it's funny, but I like to show you, right, that's my bench. If I didn't bench boost, what would it have got? Or if I do bench boost, what would it have got, of course? Rice or Tark? Definitely Declan Rice if it's starting one or the other. Please don't spam messages in the chat, by the way. I will eventually try and get to as many messages as possible. Start Chow or Tarkovsky? I'd go Tark, I think. You can see Brentford scoring. I think Tarkovsky's very good for Defcon, of course. If me and my brother scored the same, he used the bench boost and I used the free hit, who did better? I would say the free hit is a more powerful chip than the bench boost. So I would have to say the person that played the bench boost, being your brother, probably did better off. Because the bench boost, I think, can gain you like 10 to 15. I'd expect the free hit to be played in a week where it gains you, ideally, 25 to 30 points, maybe even more than that, just because of the nature of the chip. So, yeah, I would say the bench boost person. Hi, Ross. Play Rogers already at Anderson. I actually think that's very tough, but I would play Morgan Rogers, I think. Hi, Ross. Is Mbama for a -4 or wait a week and play Senesi? I would wait a week and play Senesi most likely. I will say, though, I've essentially taken a -4 to get Mbama this week. I could have just played Kroupy or Garner. So do you know what? If you're feeling it, go for it. I wouldn't usually take a -4, but I really wanted Mbermo. It's not even for the sake of the free hit, because my free transfer was Saka to Rice. That was the one that I did for free. I just wanted to get Brian Mbermo. I wanted him in my team, so I took a hit. This is what I say sometimes. We can sometimes overanalyze stuff. If you want to play, go get him. Just 4 points. Oh, well. You win some, you lose some. You know, it's fun. I think we do take FPL too seriously. Obviously, it's easy for me to say I'm not having a great season, but I'm not that bad my season. I do just think sometimes we get far too serious about these things. Is Mbermo captain over Bruno a worthy differential for someone that's chasing? Yeah, I don't mind Mbermo cap. I think this is a sort of game where he'll thrive. I do just think Bruno is a better FPL asset, though, with more routes to points. Like, Mbermo can be better, get double the big chances, but Bruno gets the penalty, an assist, and defcon, and he probably outscores Mbermo. So I don't mind Mbermo cap. He's certainly not a bad option. And yeah, it's the sort of game that suits him. Should I start Thiago or Wilson, Anderson, Fulham, or Tarkowski? Thiago or Wilson? I'd actually start Thiago ahead of Wilson, just for the pens, but I think Harry Wilson's a nice option, of course. Anderson, Fulham, or Tarkowski? And then Joachim Anderson or Tarkowski. I would start Joachim Anderson and Thiago. Then you're at least starting one of your Fulham boys. Hi, Ross. Bench boost with Dubravka, Garner, Tarkowski, and Mukiele. Well, I mean, it's not too far off of mine. You've just got Tark instead of Kroupy and then Mukiele instead of Rodon. I would say it's slightly weaker just because of Mukiele. Like, you would imagine Sunderland do concede, but I guess probably so will Rodon. So, yeah, I don't hate it. It doesn't feel quite as strong, though, you know? Sorry, guys. I just need to... My glasses are so dirty. I'm trying to just use my t-shirt to wash them. I can't even see out of them. There we go. They were very dirty. They were filthy, in fact. Why am I... Okay, there we go. Start Anderson or Van Hecke if I have Njai and Pickford. I still think, regardless, the answer is Joachim Anderson. Although, I do understand if you want to go all in on one result and you think Everton beat Fulham, then go Van Hecke. But on paper, Anderson is better than Van Hecke, I would say. I'd start Kroupy over Thiago if I was you, Ross. I would minimum bench boost, so it doesn't matter too much. But I think if I was to not bench boost, I think I would start Thiago. I think Thiago is actually a really nice option still this week. I don't think Newcastle were perfect defensively. He's on penalties. Kroupy's not. There's loads of reasons to start Thiago over Kroupy, I think. You could certainly make an argument to start Kroupy over Lewis Hall. So it might be that bench Lewis Hall and start Kroupy. But I mean, it's all very close. Which, again, is the reason I play the bench boost. If I think the benching decisions were really easy, if I was like, I think the bench this week picks itself, then it probably wouldn't be a bench boost, right? Or at least considered to be a bench boost. Good day, Ross. Bruno G to Rice. Yeah, I like that. O'Reilly to Mukiele with 2 free transfers. Couldn't afford Rice with just the Bruno G transfer. Are you asking if you should do it or you've already done it? If you've already done it, that's fine. I don't know if I'd go buy Mukiele right now. I know he's been brilliant, but the fixtures aren't great, especially over the next 2. If you don't have Joachim Anderson, I'd prefer Joachim Anderson. But anyway, I do think that selling Bruno G to Rice and funding that by downgrading O'Reilly does make sense. If I have Semenyo, should I sell him to Mbermo? No, I probably wouldn't. Asking on behalf of my brother, 5 free transfers. Would you do Haaland to João Pedro instead of selling Ekatike or Thiago to fund Bruno to Foden, 68k rank? I absolutely think you need to sell Foden to Bruno. I don't like selling any of those 3 to fund it. There must be another route in your team to do it. If you have to sell one of them, I'd still argue it's Ekatike you sell. I wouldn't want to sell Haaland and Thiago, but I think there must be another route in that team. There must be a midfielder or a defender or something that you can do to free up that money. I'm not convinced that there's no other way. But yeah, if I was selling one, it would be Ekatike, which is what I did a couple of weeks ago, and to my own detriment, because I lost 13 points from it. Best sub 5 million mid for bench boost. Probably Tarkowski. No, not Tarkowski. Dewsbury Hall was the person I meant. Dewsbury Hall or... Do I still like Enzo Lafite? I don't mind Enzo Lafite. I think Dewsbury Hall or Lafite. I'd probably go Dewsbury Hall, though. Is it mental to bench Haaland for Anderson? I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. Haaland's just a much better FPL option, isn't he? He's 15 million for a reason, or 14.9 now. Thoughts on Saka? It's not mental, I'll just say. Like Anderson could get 4, Haaland could get 2, but I'd play Haaland. Thoughts on Saka, Anderson, and Saliba and Mbeumo? Thoughts on... Oh, I guess Saka and Anderson to Saliba and Mbeumo. I wouldn't sell Anderson, if that's what you're asking. I like selling Saka to Mbeumo, but I don't love Anderson to Saliba, at least not this week. If you're going to make that move, make it next week. But I would just keep Joachim Anderson if that's what you're asking. Shazam, thank you so much for the generous super chat. I really appreciate it. Afternoon, Ross. Hope you unpickle. Oh, well, I'll get my sentences out in the end. Thanks for the streams this week. Really helpful as always. You're more than welcome, my friend. Which goalkeeper would you bench? Donnarumma or Dubravka? Have a great weekend, mate. You have a great weekend too. I think Liverpool will score. Now, do I think West Ham will score? Yes. But Dubravka does make a lot of saves. So I think I would lean Dubravka. But I don't think that's particularly clear-cut. Let me have actually a look at the Rob T FPL clean sheet odds. I would imagine Burnley have a higher chance for a clean sheet than City, but maybe they don't. Oh, Rob's just posted the latest ones. City have a 19%, but Burnley have a 22%. So Burnley have a 3% greater chance for a clean sheet. Yeah, I would probably lean towards Dubravka. And thank you very, very much for the generous super chat. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, please do make sure to drop a like. We've only got 93 likes and there's over 1,000 people watching, which means basically everyone watching right now hasn't liked the stream. So please consider doing so. I would really appreciate it. Play Keane, Richards or Alderete or use a free transfer. Play Keane, Richards or Alderete or use a free transfer. I don't think you need to use a free transfer. I'd just play Richards probably. Yeah, Richards the most... He's more nailed on than Keane. Probably has maybe the best fixture on paper. Alderete's great when he has a better fixture, but it's not good this week. I'll just play Richards. Aidan Lutsky says, happy weekend, my friend. You too. Tomorrow we can enjoy an easy Sunday morning. Which two would you start from these four? KDH, Senesi, Mane, and Richards. If that was my team, I would start the first two. Dewsbury, Horn, Senesi, and I'd bench Mane and Richards. But I think you could make an argument to start any of them. But yeah, Senesi definitely, and then probably KDH just to have an attacker. Miley to Anderson -4 as Brobby first sub. Thanks. Yeah, I would do Miley to Anderson just because I think Anderson's one of the best cheap midfielders. It is a hit, but then you just sort that position out, and he's also good for this week. So I would just about lean towards yes. Mr. Thorinho. 74 -4 versus 63 in the family feud. It's at least a little bit tighter there. Wyeth, very unlucky to get that Matoma goal VAR. VAR's killing me, man. The amount of times I celebrate a goal, or even in the other direction, the amount of times I think, players just scored and I don't own them, and then it just messes with your emotions. João Pedro and Bruno Fernandes in for a hit for Semenyo and Ekitike caused a lot of heart issue for little point game. That's mental, isn't it, that you didn't gain many points by bringing in João Pedro and Bruno Fernandes? I think that was a good decision on paper. I'd much prefer to have JP and Bruno Fernandes, to be honest. Thank you for the update, my friend, and keep us updated throughout the season. What are your total points, though? What is the difference in the family feud at the moment? Start Roofs or Dubravka? I'd go Dubravka, I think. Yeah, it'd have to be Dubravka, I think. I've got Anderson, Tarkovsky, and Soboslai. Play two. I would play Anderson and Tarkovsky out of those two. Out of three, sorry, I should say. Bench one of Anderson, Wilson, Ekitike, Rogers, Thiago. Oh, that's gross. I mean, probably Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson's got the highest floor there, but maybe a lower ceiling. I think all of the others have more chance of getting an open play attacking return. I don't love that, though. Maybe it is Thiago. I wouldn't bench Wilson, Ekitike, or Rogers. It would be in probably between Thiago and Anderson. I could bench Wilson, actually. Final answer, I would bench Anderson or Wilson, and I'll leave it up to you to decide which way. So the points are 1,394 versus 1,291. Okay, so about 100 points in it. That's going to be tough to overturn. APAC, thank you as always for the support, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Ross. Thanks for the bench decision last week. 81 points and top 170k. Smashing it. I have a bench headache again. Starting 11 is Gabriel, Timber, Chalobah, Enzo, Wilson, Rice, Bruno, Haaland, Ekatike, Krupi. Bench is Cherky, Vandenberg, and Alderete. Any switches? So obviously defense is spot on. So it's just basically, do you start Cherky? If you want my honest opinion, I would start Cherky ahead of Krupi. Yes, I would. I would start Cherky instead of Krupi. That would be my decision. But I think that is pretty close. Other than that, I think you've got it spot on. I've got Anderson, Tarkovsky, and Sobs. I did that. Cool. Cool. Nice. Are you bench boosting? My bench boost is active, yeah. Hence the little blue. They don't make it very obvious, do they? But hence this little like blue box around my bench. The bench boost is active. Color customize the starting team. I mean, it pretty much is, isn't it? How else could I color customize it? Just move the Arsenal defenders? I could do it like I could go like this, then this. Oh, then this, then no, then this, then this. Is that better? Don't know. Have you given up on FPL yet this season? No, I would never give up on FPL. I can have some more fun with it, for sure. That's better. Okay. I'll take an updated screenshot with a new color customization then for the social media posts. Overall rank 1035. Cal, you're smashing it, mate. Sarfa Wilson this week. Let's go. Good luck. I wish that was my rank. Are you bench boost locked? I would never say locked because I could change my mind in the next hour and a half or so. But yeah, at the moment, I am going to bench boost. The only thing that would put me off a bench boost is if in the next hour 45 something happens which makes me think one of my players is a major doubt to get minutes, then I would stop, not play it. I really think people stress a little bit too much about the bench boost and the triple captain and stuff. Like, it can be massive. It can also be a flop. You can plan really well for it and it can turn out really badly. Just do what feels right for you. Are you FPL Raptor United? If so, I'm in your league on club. I actually can't remember what my club league is. My club name. My name on club. Oh, apparently I'm meeting with Manny. I mean, I don't remember doing this. Well, I feel like it's a bit of a waste now to not meet with Manny. One sec. I feel like I've got to now do this on the screen. I wasn't planning on doing this, but it just sort of auto opened it. Here we go. We're going to do a meet on club. By the way, if you don't know what club is and you don't stick around for the end of the streams, it's basically free to play fantasy football mobile game. There's a link down below if you want to download it. This wasn't supposed to be the ad part, but I just went to check my team name and apparently I'm meeting with Manny right now. So, was this one that I forgot to claim? I don't know. Guess a player. Here you go. All you have to do is guess a player from the Premier League. This is going to be, for my club team, any player in the Premier League. Just guess any Premier League player. I'll give you 30 seconds to guess. Zodiac says, hey Ross, got Rice, Bruno, Rogers, Enzo, Thiago, Haaland, Krupi, Gordon. Would you sell him or bench him and save the one free transfer? Got 4 defenders at home. You've already got Rice, Bruno, Rogers. Definitely save the transfer. If you've got 4 good home defenders, you've got all the attackers you would need and want, I would save the transfer. Right. I don't know who this is going to be. Rare. Elite. Elite forward. Fulham. Oh, was this Wilson? Did I not actually claim Wilson the other day? I got this the other day. I just don't think I signed him. I forgot to sign Wilson. And it's expired. Oh, I've done that so many times before. I forgot to claim Wilson and Wilson's expired. I took a screenshot for Twitter. Oh, for goodness sake, I really wanted Wilson. That's a disaster. The amount of times I do that. The amount of times. Oh, that's just so peak. Who's on loan? Oh, God. Right, we might as well meet with Manny now then. That is devastating stuff, I'll be honest. That is not what you want. What is this game? I'm new here. It's called Club. It's... Oh, that stinks as well. It's going to be... Oh, Brobby? Brob Isidore. Reeks. It stinks. It's not what we want right now. Get out of here. If you want to know, I'm in Club, and I'm also a shareholder in the company that created Club. It's a really good game to download. I wasn't going to do the ad now. I was going to do it at the end of the stream, but it just happened. But I've got Deckers in it, which is nice. Declan Rice is great in Club. Yeah, not bad at all. Team looks okay. There is a link down below. On double game weeks, by the way, no, there is no double game weeks. So the Wolves game basically just won't count. They need to obviously recode it to allow for it. So this season, there will be no doubles. Whereas for blanks, obviously, if they don't have a fixture, they are going to blank. So blanks will be a thing, but doubles won't, sadly. Yeah. Bench one of Verts, Ekatike, Krupi, or Dewsbury Hall. I would bench Krupi. Madueke over Rice, yay or nay? Transfers equals no issue. For the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. But it is a transfer waiting to happen. And I can't promise you... To be fair, I suppose Declan Rice could be rested. But Rice's minutes are just so much better. I think Rice is better than Madueke. But I don't think Madueke is a bad option at all. Chow, Tarkovsky, Garner, bench one. Probably Chow. Just about. Darren says, hi Ross, benching headache. Timber, Gabriel, Gay, Richards, Hill, Mbermo, Bruno, Enzo, Semenyo, Rice, Haaland, Thiago, DCL. You're probably looking at there in defence, it's Richards and Gay, I would bench. And in your attack, it's probably Thiago. Maybe Semenyo. Semenyo, Thiago, one of those two, and then I would bench Gay and Richards. Play 2 out of these 3. Evan Nilsson, Dewsbury Hall, Senesi. You probably bench Dewsbury Hall there, I think. Bench Rodon or Ekatike. Definitely start Ekatike. Thoughts on long-term teams? Sanchez, Gabriel, Timber, Senesi, Chalobah. Yep, great. I mean, long-term, Chelsea's fixtures fall off a cliff soon, so not great to have 2 Chelsea defenders beyond the next 3 weeks. Bruno Fernandes, Elliot Anderson, Enzo Rice, and Mbermo, Haaland. Bench of Munoz, Mane, Krupi, Dubravka. Team looks fantastic long-term with a couple of million in the bank. The only thing I'll say, yeah, all 3 Chelsea assets, you probably want to replace a couple of them. Maybe just one of your defensive options as well. But it's nice having Munoz. You got Mane for the double. Team looks really well set up there, Quella. 650k with 1 free transfer. Gay for who? If not an Arsenal defender, I think it's probably Munoz or Van Dijk. I know people will laugh at Van Dijk, but the fixtures coming up are quite nice. I think Munoz is definitely on my radar as well. Let's see how Crystal Palace get on. But I don't know that I would massively need to make a move this week. There aren't any defenders, apart from Arsenal defence, that I'd be that desperate for. Pickled Egg YouTube win. That'd be good. Good podcast name. Raya or Timber for Dallo / Verbruggen for a -4 or wait? I would wait. I don't think Raya's normal ceiling is 6 or 7, and Timber's a doubt to start. So I don't know that either of those are great for a hit this week. Bart Liverpool 23 says, hi Ross, Njaya to Trossard, ? Really don't like Rice and want to go differential. Would be a -4, but need to take one either this week or in the upcoming weeks. Can you not just wait one more week then? Because if Trossard starts this, plays 90 but looks terrible, or if Madueke starts and looks brilliant, Or, I don't know, Gyökeres got an injury. You might actually want to go to Kai Havertz instead. Like, I just don't know that Njai Trossard this week for a -4 is that high upside. And an extra week of information could be really useful for you. So, yeah. By the way, when I say an extra week of information, the next deadline is on Tuesday, by the way. But I mean an extra game week of information. I don't even realise when I say 6-7. I just always say like 6 to 7, so, and then I just look at the comments or the chat, and it's just littered with it. I'm too old. Wider Cryptid said, "Hello, Ross. I have Dubravka, Anderson, Senesi, Krupi Jr. What are your thoughts on a bench boost?" I think that's a bench boost. Yeah, it's the better version of my bench, so I would do that. Hope you're well, Ross. Couple of questions for you. One, to what extent are premiums underperforming are affecting FPL? And two, Mateta to Ekatike next week. Mateta to Ekatike looks good. To what extent are premiums underperforming affecting FPL? I think massively, right? It firstly means team value isn't as important. It also means people that rely on historical data and historical performances are struggling. Like if you've had Palmer, Saka, Salah earlier on in the season, Haaland now, like if you keep these assets thinking, well, usually they're very good, it's costing you. Whilst cheap assets are smashing in the points. So, yeah, it does affect the game, but I guess it makes it interesting as well. I think you either want all of the premiums to struggle, like they are now, or you want them all to smash it. It's not very fun when like one or two premiums are just consistently doing it, because then everyone just owns those two premiums, you know what I mean? We either need all of them to struggle or all of them to do well, and then that forces you to make a decision. Evening, mate. Good evening. Bench 2 starts without Senesi, Hall, Krupi, Van Hecke. I would start Senesi and Hall, and I would bench Krupi and Van Hecke. And honestly, that still does then look like a little bit like a bench boost. But yeah, I don't mind that at all. Hi, Ross. Transfer or roll? You've got 0.7 in the bank and 2 free transfers. Neto would be my one player I'm not sure on. Defense probably could do with a transfer as well. Because you've got Keane. Does Keane start again? I would be tempted by Neto to Enzo. I know it might feel a bit sideways, but I would be tempted by that. I'd also be tempted by Neto to Rice. I think you could make a transfer there, Rishi. That looks like the sort of team where I think a transfer would benefit you. Adrian Norris says, Semenyo, Rogers, Rice, Enzo, BF, best friend, Bruno Fernandes, Thiago Haaland, JP, BO. Who's BO? Chat? Who's BO? I really do think some of you are sometimes just trying to test my brain to see if I know who all the acronyms will be when you type out your team. For that one, I don't even understand why you're doing acronyms. The message isn't long enough to need acronyms. BO. Oh, bench order. Is it bench order? Is that what you're asking me? Oh, bench 1. You might be saying bench 1 with BO. I reckon you probably are saying bench 1 here. Okay. If you're asking me to bench 1, it has to be Thiago or Semenyo, and I'll leave that with you on that 50-50. I'd maybe back the penalty taker and bench Semenyo, but that's quite close. Joseph says, hello, mate. Hope you're well. Can't stay on the stream, but just checking to see if you are still bench boosting. As of right now, Joseph, I am bench boosting. The only thing that would massively put me off the bench boost is if something happens in the next hour and a half which suggests that one of my players is a major doubt. Otherwise, I will stick with it. Jason, sorry, mate. I've just seen that very generous super chat. Big love to you. I think that says NZ. You're in New Zealand. New Zealand is a place that I am desperate to visit. Like, I would say there are 3 places in the world I really want to visit. I've seen a lot of Europe, which I'm very privileged to say, and I'm going to see more of it soon. I'm off to Lisbon soon. I then want to go to Ljubljana in Slovenia. Like, I've got lots of plans for Europe, but outside of Europe, I want to go to Banff in Canada. I want to go to Japan. And I want to, and not just to Tokyo, I want to kind of explore Japan, and I also want to go to New Zealand. They're my 3 places that are on like my bucket list. Anyway, Let's go back to this. Struggling with bench this week. Elliot Anderson on the bench doesn't feel great, but I don't think I can start him over any of Enzo, Ekatike, Semenyo, Thiago. Semenyo's the only one, Jason, where you could make a small argument, I think, but I would lean towards still starting Semenyo. Yeah, I think you've probably got it spot on. Cape Town is another place. Yeah, Cape Town, I've heard really good things about. Everyone that's been to Cape Town loves it. I hear Rochdale's nice this time of year. Do you know what? I knew there was one place that I'd missed off the list, and obviously Rochdale's there. Yeah, I knew that I'd missed something. Canada trash. Just not true, is it? It's not true. I do love mountains. Anywhere where there's mountains, I'm a big fan. It's probably why I want to go to Japan, New Zealand, and Banff. I love mountains. I don't know why. I just feel like I think it's like just being in awe when you're just stood in front of loads of mountains. Ross, is your PhD defense going to be stronger or weaker than the Arsenal defense? Definitely weaker. I reckon my PhD defense will be like the Everton defense. Like, can be a little bit leaky, but I think overall pretty solid. Can defend well, you know? Is that a good example? Maybe. Hopefully it's not like the Burnley defense. We shall see. I'll let you know. If I put a message on social media saying I've failed my PhD, then you know. You've got to see the Himalayas then. Yeah, definitely on my list for sure. Can we do a captaincy poll? Sure. Who is your Game Week 25 captain? Bruno Fernandes. Gabriel. Haaland. I can only do 3 options on a poll if you are new to YouTube polls, because they only give you 4, and one of the options needs to be other. So sorry if you are captaining a Chelsea player or you're captaining Mbeumo or Rice and they're not on this list, you know? Are you tempted to bench boost this? This is what I don't like. I'm not blaming any of you at all. The bench boost bloody graphic should be more obvious than this. Every fourth message is asking, am I bench boosting and am I considering bench boosting? FPL should make this graphic better. It used to completely change colour the bench, and then one year they thought, no, what we're going to do is just add a really faint and discreet line around the bench. It was so silly, man. And then it causes people to accidentally play it. Like, people won't realise they've activated the bench boost because it doesn't look very obvious. It's ridiculous, I find. Like, I really think they could do a lot more to make it interesting, you know? Norway, Sweden. I've been to Finland, but Norway and Sweden are on my list for sure of places to visit. Especially, I want to visit the fjords. I think that's what they're called in Norway. Are you bench boosting? Stop it. Oh my God. I went for a 5K for the first time since 2022 yesterday, and my back is in bits. I might have to stand up. I've got a heat pack on my back. That's how bad it is. It's not good. It was only 5K. My back shouldn't be hurting after a 5K. Hi Ross, 1 of Pickford to Raya, Lafie to Anderson. I like that. Or 2, Nunes to Timber, Lafie to Anderson. Okay. Or 3, Pickford to Raya, Nunes to Hill, and Lafie to Cunha. I think longer term, Nunes to Timber, Lafie to Anderson is the best. But this week, with the Timber doubts, you might want to go Pickford to Raya. I just think Pickford's a very good goalkeeper. I think I'll do the Nunes to Timber, Lafie to Anderson. But just bear in mind that Timber is a slight doubt for this week, you know, in terms of starting. Apparently, Arteta said he's fit, but... Thor says, standing invitation for free lodging in the best hiking region of Norway. Do you mean that, Thor? Imagine that I just turn up and you're like, not really, Ross, you weirdo. Piss off. You know, that'd be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it? I will take you up on that, Thor. Remind me where in Norway it is, or send me a message if you don't want to out your location on on the chat. I really do want to visit Norway, though. What time of year, Thor, for hiking would you recommend? Because I feel like it's beautiful during the winter, but I don't know if I have it in me, you know? Maybe it's best to do it in the summer. Neto for Parma or Enzo have 3.9 in the bank. I prefer Enzo still. Well, I don't know, man. Like, Parma's exciting. Why does that look red on my thing? Does that look a bit red to you? Well, I don't know why that looks red. It's definitely black. Just going crazy. Where were we? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I was saying I would still go Enzo, but I think Palmer's good if you want to differentiate. Autumn or summer would be best for Norway. Okay. Just make sure you have bear spray, Ross. I reckon Thor would protect me. Where's Domino? We're no longer looking after the cat, sadly. We only had her for a few days. I miss her. Okay. I've copied that name, Thor. I'm Googling it. Yeah, that looks stunning. Oh yeah, Thor, I'll definitely come visit. Okay, Thor. I'll be there in 48 hours. I'll be there in 48 hours. Missed my super chat, I think, mate. Let me have a look, Louis. Sorry, mate. I might also just be behind. I am a few messages behind. Smit Pandit says, "Hi Ross, thanks for the great content so far. It has helped me to hit a 29k rank. 29k, fair play, great rank for this time of the season. Top 10k definitely on. Would appreciate your help to choose between Dubravka or Pickford to start. Ooh, I would honestly still go Pickford there. I just think like Everton do pull out the bag these random clean sheets, don't they? Or in away games where you feel like there's not much chance. And I don't know, I just see Dubravka probably conceding. But it is a home game. I think I would lean Pickford over Dubravka just about. Yeah. Good luck on the bench boost. Love the bold move. You've put bold. Yeah, and you've put a wink. You know what you're doing. Currently have Dubravka in the 11. Shouldn't I start Roofs over him with saves potential and better defence in general? No, because the clean sheet chance for Roofs is non-existent. At least there is a chance for Dubravka. Like, I can't see Sunderland keeping Arsenal from scoring. Hi, Ross. Would you do Lafitte to Sarr? Yeah, I probably would for free. Louis or Lewis. I still never know which way. Some people it's Louis, some people it's Lewis. Anyway, amazing vids as always. Thank you very much, my friend. João Pedro or Cunha captain? Ooh, very bold. I would go João Pedro over Cunha. I love Cunha as an asset, but he can be a bit hit and miss. Doesn't get that many big chances. João Pedro interests me a lot. Watkins stack Tarkovsky to João Pedro and Burmo Reinildo. Watkins out. Fine, I guess. Stack out. Yeah, I can see it. Tarkovsky out. I don't know. They're good transfers, but not exceptional transfers. I think each of the players you're selling are actually okay. But if they're for free, yes, I don't mind that, Adnan. If it's for a hit, no. Anobi says 2 free transfers, Saka and Verbruggen to Wirtz and Raya, or just Saka to Rice. 2 free transfers, Saka and Verbruggen to Wirtz and Raya, or just Saka to Rice. Do you know what? With 2 frees, I think I would go. I think I'd go Wirtz and Raya. I think I would go Wirtz and Raya and Ovi. Just about. If I had more free transfers, I would have been tempted by something similar. Is Timber benched? There is certainly a risk that Timber will be benched, yes. I don't think anyone knows for sure. Is the bench boost worth it if you think this will be the results? I'm just a bit pessimistic. I think I've predicted Rodon and Dubravka to concede. But if Krupi gets a goal, Garner gets DEFCON, Rodon gets DEFCON, Dubravka makes a few saves, like it can still be a very reasonable bench boost. And also, I can be wrong, you know? It might be that Rodon scores a goal and gets a clean sheet. I can't predict the future. Douglamax says, "Hi Ross, how are you? Can you show a wildcard draft?" I absolutely can, my friend. I actually had one. Let me find it. Not this. Ignore that for a second. Something like that. I'll leave it up on the screen so that you can pause it. Because most people probably aren't wildcarding or free hitting, but there you go. Especially that midfield, I think, looks great. You've got an hour and 20 minutes till deadline. Still plenty of time. And again, if you are enjoying the stream, please do 2 things for me. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. And third thing, because you've got over an hour, again, do download Club, which was what we were just playing. There is a link in the description. On top of that, by the way, make sure you join my league. We're almost at 3,000 members. Every week, the top 3 people in my league win prizes. So if you wanna win some prizes, join now. Also, I think they're doing the same for Pickles League. So you might as well join Pickles League at the same time, which is my girlfriend, of course, FPL Pickle. If you then have a really good week, you can win the prizes from FPL Pickles League, and you can win the prizes from my league as well. So it's cheating the system, basically, at this stage, you know what I mean? Don't tell anyone I told you, but, you know. Yeah. What was I doing? Bang. Kelleher or Dubravka to start? Oh, that's a tough one. I think I'd go Kelleher. He does pull out some just random clean sheets in away fixtures like this as well. So, yeah, I just think Kelleher's got the highest ceiling normally. Jason, New Zealand is great for scenery, especially Queenstown/South Island. I just did Canada last year and loved it. Oh, Queenstown, South Island. Okay. I'm making a note. Is Queenstown South Island? It is in the South Island, okay. I'm having a look on the map now. As a GeoGuessr nerd, I just love the map and finding out where places are, right? Okay, it's in this little very... Oh yeah, that looks unbelievable. Oh yeah, okay. Definitely on the list as well then, New Zealand, you know. Anyway, let me answer your FPL question. Plan B, do I bench boost Dubravka, Elliot Anderson, Chow, Mukiele, or wait for double game week 33? Like Mukiele against Arsenal doesn't feel great, but it is Mukiele. And Sunderland have been good, and he's good for DEFCON. Elliot Anderson, Chow, Dubravka. That is a really decent bench boost, Jason. I think it's on the borderline. If Mukiele was Rodon, who has at least a home fixture with a better chance for a clean sheet, I'd be all over it. I would be tempted, Jason. I can't make that decision for you, but I wouldn't at least put you off of it. Let me say that. I just watched 2 hours of ads for Manny to give me long stars. There's no way you had to watch 2 hours of ads to get a meet with Manny, man. It doesn't take that long. That made me laugh. I guess it will take a fair amount of time to get all of the gems, you know. Relatable. Who would be your best budget defender until Wildcard 32? Depends what you categorize as budget, but probably Senesi. I mean, at the moment, Hill is starting every game, but Diakite is there waiting to come back in. If you can afford Senesi, I like him. Otherwise, maybe Richards, but remember that Richards won't play in blank game week 31. Daniel says, hi, Ross. Start 4 of Semenyo, Verts, Thiago, Enzo, Watkins. I think you bench one of Semenyo or Thiago there, mate. Probably Semenyo, although I don't love that at all. I think all of those should be starting, but if you have to bench one, maybe it is Thiago, actually. Just given it's a trickier fixture and he has been a bit hit and miss. I think you have to start Verts, Enzo, and Watkins, though, for me. Njai or Elliot Anderson? I'd probably go Elliot Anderson there. Chalobah or Andersen? I would go Elliot Anderson and Chalobah. Then you are benching Njai and Anderson. I feel like maybe you should start one of Njai or Anderson. I would start... Okay, I would go Elliot Anderson. Oh, do you know what? I would just go the 2 Andersons. I would just go the 2 Andersons. Do that. Bench one of Anderson, Wilson, Rao, or Njai. Cool. People have some terrible benching headaches. Honestly, this is the reason why I'm playing the... If I weren't playing the bench boost right now, I'd be having a fit trying to work out who to start. Bench one of Anderson, Wilson, Rao, or Njai. It's probably Joachim Anderson there, honestly. I just play all three of your attackers. Play Goodmanson or sell Foden to Ryan, Scott, Wirtz. I would just sell Foden to Wirtz. Dubravka Hill, Mainu, Krupi. Is that a good bench boost? 11 is strong. No, I don't think I would bench boost that. I don't think I'd quite bench boost that. It's very close. Mainu's the one that puts me off a little bit. I just don't see him getting many points there. And I do think probably Villa score. So I would say no, just about. Assem says, using the free hit and replacing Haaland with a Katike to have Palmer, Bruno, Wirtz, Enzo, and Burma, João Pedro, and Timber and Gabriel in defence, does it make sense, or should I bring Haaland back? No, I'll just show you what I obviously just put on the screen. Where is it? There you go. It sounds like you've basically got the exact team that I've put. I think I've just put Calafiori instead of Timber. But yeah, I would be all over a free hit without Haaland. There's no way I'd have Haaland in a free hit, I don't think. Not to say he can't do well, but I think I'd use the money elsewhere. Fraser says, Pickford to Raya this week or wait until next game week. I would just wait until next game week. I don't think Raya is that much better than Pickford for this week. Captain Timber, Erling, or João Pedro? I think João Pedro is probably the best of those three there. I wouldn't captain Timber due to the doubts around him starting, but I don't mind Erling Haaland. I think I'd captain João Pedro. As always, I do have a captaincy ranking, top left corner of the screen, if you want to know what my ranking is on captaincy, but it's all very close this week. Hi, Ross. Start one of Krupi, Mane, Senesi, or Maguire. I would start Senesi. Bench one of Elliot Anderson. Oh, sorry, bench boost of Elliot Anderson, Van Hecke, and Rodon. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that looks like a bench boost to me. I like it a lot. Cash or Senesi? That's a bit of a coin flip. I'd probably go Senesi for the DEFCON. Do you think João Pedro starts? I'd be shocked if he didn't, yeah. I would be shocked if he didn't. Especially after last time they tried to not start him. Didn't go very well for them. Start Virgil or Estev? I'd still start Van Dijk, I think. As it's Friday, is it Indian night today, Ross? I don't know. I'm trying to be healthier, so I've actually show you my progress. Don't know if it will show on the screen, but wait. Is it going to show? This is my weight loss so far in 2026. Ignore the big jump up there. I hadn't weighed myself for a long time. But at the start of the year, I was 86 kilos. And I'm now down to 84.6. So I'm trying to be healthier, basically. And what I order from a curry isn't... Now, I could probably just order a more healthy curry. But I might try to have something a bit healthier. You know, don't know what that is. I'm trying to get down to 81 to 86 was one curry. I'm trying to get back down. My ideal weight, I think, for my build height, muscle mass, I think is about 78 kilos is where I want to be. I think that would sit me at about 18% body fat, which is roughly where I want to get to. But yeah. Have you ever tried using Macro Factor? It honestly changed my life. I don't like counting calories. I find it really demotivates me to lose weight. I'd rather just lose weight slower or less consistently and just trust my gut vibe with what I'm eating. I've tried both. I used to track every calorie I ate in like 2022, 23. I was literally tracking everything, but I didn't enjoy it. Yeah. How tall are you? I'm like 177 centimeters, I think. 177. 178. I think it depends who's measuring me. Obviously, most of my weight, like a lot of my weight comes from my absolutely massive, and I'm talking it's massive. My brain obviously weighs a lot, you know. That's where most of my weight comes from. It's big, so much knowledge in there. We love a short king. How is that short? It's above the UK average. You know? Have you thought about going without Haaland? Not at the moment, but if he continues to stink it up, maybe. 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 Hi, Ross. Didn't make any transfers last time and turned out okay. Fair play. Sean, I feel like you've got 5 free transfers the whole season. What to do this game week? Pickford, Gabby, Timber, Tarkovsky. And why does your team look so bloody good every week with 5 free transfers? I'm not going to lie. It slightly triggers me, Sean. I'm a bit upset. It's like you're showing off at this stage. Okay, your defense, great. Midfield, great. Attack, great. Are we going to go through this again where I'm like, I don't know what you use a transfer on? I don't know what you use to transfer on again. Maybe Alderete out. Like, you've had the good fixtures. They're not as good coming up now. He's not really delivered. Alderete to Joachim Anderson. Something like that. Yeah, Alderete to Joachim Anderson. Something like that. Sure, that would be my rough move I'd be looking at. But, I mean, bloody hell, it's a great team. Deepak says, hi, Ross. I have Cunha, Bruno, Soboslai, Saka and Lafi. Attack sucks with Haaland, Brobby and Guiu. And my defense is Timber, Gabriel, Tarkovsky, Chow, Heaven. 2 free transfers. Should I go Enzo, João Pedro for Saka, Guiu? Or Enzo Rice for Saka, Lafi? Any suggestions to be aggressive? Cheers, man. I don't think it's that bad, the team. Certainly can be improved for sure. I would lean towards... Can you, if you did Enzo and João Pedro in, would you be able to still get Rice next week? You'd probably have to sell Soboslai, wouldn't you? Which I don't like as much. I think I would go for the Rice. Yeah, I would go for the Rice and Enzo in for Saka and Lafi, I think, just about. I think you're in a fine position, yeah. Just need to start prioritising transfers. And I think getting your third Arsenal, getting Enzo in, that's 2 good priority transfers, I think. Erling bench, don't be afraid. Should I put Erling on my bench boost? People will be so triggered by that, you know? To be fair, I would never bench Haaland, so. Connor says, Captain Palmer differential or sell to Verts? Captain Palmer differential or sell to Verts? No, I wouldn't sell Palmer to Verts. I don't mind captaining Palmer. I've got Palmer as my 3rd favourite captain this week, so yeah, I don't mind it. I wouldn't sell Palmer this week in a million years. I probably wouldn't buy him either, but... I wouldn't sell him. With the news, Timber and Hill or Senesi and Saliba? As long as Hill continues to start, I still think Timber and Hill is the better combo there. But minutes-wise, Senesi and Saliba is so much safer. So that's probably the sensible pairing, but I would go Timber and Hill. Start 2 of Rodon, Rao, Thiago, Van Hecke. I would start Thiago and Rao. They're both penalty takers. Have Gabriel/Timber. Start 1 of Richards or O'Reilly, or take a -4 hit and upgrade. 2.9 million in the bank. Vamos the egg. As much as I think you could get a lot of good defenders, I don't know that any of them are that great this week. So I would just start Richards this week and then maybe look to upgrade O'Reilly the week after. Would be what I'd be leaning towards. You could even go O'Reilly to Van Dijk next week. Mbeumo captain over Bruno playing catch-up in mini-league. Again, if you're really chasing and you fancy it, then I'm certainly not going to put you off of captaining Mbeumo. He's the sort of player that could do very well in this fixture. Marius has 1 free transfer, 0.5 in the bank. For Bruggen, Dubravka, Anderson, Chalobah, Gabriel, Rodon. Great defence. Happy with that. Richards, Semenyo, Rice, Bruno, Wilson, Paquetá, Ekitike, Haaland, Krupi. So Paquetá was one that stands out to me there. So I think what I would do is... Yeah, I think I would do Paquetá to Elliot Anderson. But then that would force you to bench Krupi, which I don't hate. Yeah, I think Paquetá to Anderson, Krupi on the bench. And then you need to think about getting your third Arsenal in, right? Because you've only got Rice and Gabriel. So at that point, next week, you might have to... but are you going to have enough money in the bank? Paquetá 5.9, Elliot Anderson. Don't think that does it? Okay, in that case then, scrap what I said, roll to 2 free transfers next week, and with 2 free transfers, Marius, you can work out how to get a third Arsenal in. Because I am worried that if you go Paquetá to Anderson this week, I think that will block you from getting an Arsenal player in one move next week, so you force yourself into a -4 hit. Aaron says, Anderson or Wilson 3 game week 31, thanks. Both. Honestly, both. Probably Harry Wilson if I could only have one. I'm looking at buying Harry Wilson soon. Dennis says 11 is for Bruggen, Gabriel. By the way, hello Dennis, good to see you. Gabriel, Timber, Tarkovsky, Rice, Semenyo, Bruno Fernandes, Enzo, Haaland, João Pedro, and CVL. CVL? Why do people do this to me? Who the hell is CVL? Calvert-Lewin. Oh, Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin. Okay. Bench is Dubravka, Garner, Van Hecke, Dorgu. 0 free transfers. Is it worth taking Sanchez out for... worth taking Sanchez for Verbruggen from -4? Not in a million years. Even if Verbruggen gets 2 and Sanchez gets 6, all that does is essentially pay back the hit. Is that rain, that noise? Oh my god, that noise is rain. I thought there was like a spaceship or UFO coming to take me away. It's not. It's my... okay, it's not. Oh my god, it's my computer sounding like it's going to blow up. Oh, it's my computer overheating. Okay, that's not great. It is also rain, but that is my... why is my computer that hot? I'll turn it over and hopefully that helps. Yeah, that's not really what you want to hear from a computer, is it? Especially an expensive computer. Oh. What's just happened? Everything's frozen. Is the stream still going? No. Okay, my Chrome's just crashed. Is the stream still going? It is a spaceship. Guys, am I still here? Are we having Fs in the chats? Or is everything still going fine? My Chrome crashed. Okay. Don't know why my laptop's having a fit. Why are you going crazy like that? Come on now. You're free to swear as much as you want. Did I swear? I don't think I did. Anyway, hopefully that thing cools down soon. Otherwise, the stream might have a bit of a fit, bit of a hissy fit. Start Dubravka or Donnarumma. I'm leaning Dubravka. Yeah, I would start Dubravka over Donnarumma, I think. Ultra differential Salah captain. I don't hate it. I think there are better captaincy options for me, but I don't hate the Salah cap. Bench one of Van Dijk, Goodmanson, or Tiano Barry. Honestly, probably Barry. Probably Barry. Do I bench boost Dubravka, Mane, Senesi, Alderete? No. Not Mane against Chelsea and Alderete against Arsenal, no. Simple request. Start Gay or Thiago? Thiago, probably. Play Krupi or Munoz? I would go Munoz. Dubravka or Verbruggen. Saka to Rice or Saka to Rice and Wilson to Mbermo. I don't know if I'd sell Wilson to Mbermo, so I would just go Saka to Rice for now, I think. Okay, my computer calmed down. It just had a bit of head loss. It happens to the best of us, I'll be honest. We've all been there, you know, when you lose your head. You have got an hour till the deadline. I repeat, you've got an hour until the deadline. Bramjot, hello Ross. Happy Friday. Hello Bramjot. Hope you are well. Few questions, please. Anderson or Keane? Elliot Anderson. 2, Esteban or Enzo? Enzo. Anderson, Enzo. And then 3, Krupi and Semenyo or Rao and Sarr. Krupi and Rao. Krupi or Rao would be 8th attacker. Wildcard active. Let's go. Okay, on Wildcard. Rao and Sarr. I might say something a bit crazy here, but maybe Krupi and Sarr. I wonder about Krupi and Sarr. And then save the money and spend that elsewhere. I really like the Sarr option. I think Sarr's a really nice differential on a wildcard. So probably Rao and Sarr, if it is literally just a straight up 50-50, I think I'd leave. It's definitely more differential than Krupi and Semenyo, I'll say that. Would you bench boost Donnarumma, Van Dijk, Bruno G and Goodmanson? No. I wouldn't bench boost that. Quinn says, who to bench? Mbermo, Fernandes, Enzo, Rice, Semenyo, Evan Ilson, João Pedro, Haaland. Bloody hell. What is that team? Probably Semenyo or Evan Ilson. Evan Ilson, probably. I don't know. Evan Ilson, I think. Why do all FPL content creators copy each other, especially in captaincy? If anything, it makes content creators are better off not copying each other. So we're not. I would never copy a content creator. It makes sense to want to differentiate. It just so happens that we all have very similar ways of making decisions. And I would say it's the correct way, like looking at multiple routes to points, looking at fixtures, looking at projected points, looking at bookies' odds. It all points towards Bruno being the better captain this week. Why bench boost now doesn't seem optimal. There's a few things to mention. The first I'll say is that I don't play optimally, I don't claim to play optimally, and I don't want to play optimally. If I was playing optimally, I wouldn't play FPL. I would just plug my team into an algorithm that makes the decision for me each week. And if you want to play that way, that's fine. I know tons of people that just copy algorithms every week. They will never admit it, but if they want to play that way, that's fine. I would hate that. Like, why am I even here if I'm letting optimal choose every week? The next thing to know is people hyperfixate on the actual week you bench boost and don't look at everything around it. So I think game week 33 is a better week to bench boost than 25 if you just compare the two. But in 32, I'm going to have to wildcard with a bench boost in mind, which weakens my team. It might also then mean that the players that I choose from 34 to 38 aren't as good because I'm hyperfixating on 33 bench boost. So people really think about bench boost as just a 1 week thing, but it's all of the surrounding weeks. So if I come across a week like this week, where my bench just happens to be pretty nice, I think it's fine to play it. That's kind of, that's the explanation of it. Just got here. What's with the bench boost? Go back 30 seconds because I just started a long rant about the bench boost, and that can explain the answer for you. The important answer, if you just scrap all of that rambling, is it's my team and I'll do what I want. That's it at the end of the day. People get way too triggered about what I do with my team. It doesn't matter. You do what you want with your team. I'll do what I want with my team. And I think that's the way it should be. You know? I'll show you what I mean, by the way. Look at this. If you gave me an 18 or a 17-point bench boost, I'd snap your hand off for it, honestly. That's a great bench boost. I just need one of these kind of weeks, which is when I didn't even think my bench was that good. I've had them various times, 15, 17, 13, 17, 14. I've had loads of bench, in fact, where was the bench boost that I played? I think this was the week I bench boosted, wasn't it? It was like here. When was it? It was in, I don't know, I bench boosted like a 6 or 7 pointer at last at the start of the season. It was painful. You just need to get lucky. Doesn't need to be in a double. You just need luck. And hopefully I get some of it this week. That'd be nice. Should I start Gay or Keane? I'd probably lean Keane. Lean Keane? I'd probably lean Keane. I have one free transfer, Roll or Bruno G to Enzo. I'll do Bruno G to Enzo. Dubravka, Rogers, Richards, Rodon, bench boost. It's tempting. I'd be very tempted to play the bench boost there. I have Gabriel / Timber. Start one of Richards or O'Reilly. I'd go... Oh, no, I did answer that, didn't I? Why does that come up there again? Second go, please. Oh, you've super chat the same thing again. I've already answered that question, mate. I actually spoke about it for ages. I would start Richards and not take a hit. Yeah, I answered that a while ago, my friend. I would start Richards and not take a hit. Bench booster, Dubravka, Njaya, Thiago, Krupi. That's absolutely a bench boost. Play Maguire, question mark. Well, I guess Maguire would be on your bench then, right? Rather than Njaya. So it'd be Dubravka, Maguire, Thiago, Krupi. Still a bench boost, I think. Yeah, I'd still bench boost that. It's the FPL. It's the fun of FPL. Just have fun with it. This is it, man. Like, we're better off just trying to have fun. I think we get far too worried about what is optimal. You know? Who cares? Who cares what is optimal? Big stretch. Can Saka be a hold? I suppose so, but I just don't know what the chances are of him starting in 26 both games, and you'd kind of need him to for it to be worth holding him. So I would say probably not, but I guess there is a world where you could keep him. Well, that rain is crazy. And all I'm thinking is poor Pickle's got to walk home in the rain. She's got to walk home from work in that horrible ass rain, which is pretty sad. Get her an Uber, man. Honestly, there's no point. She lives a 10-minute walk. She works a 10-minute walk from where we live, but to drive it would take 15 to 20 minutes, and you'd have to go so out of your way. There's no real way to drive it. It could even be longer than that to drive, maybe even 25 to 30 minutes. It wouldn't work. She'd probably rather just walk it. I did buy, the other day, to be fair, I did buy Young Pickle a lovely new umbrella, which is windproof and stormproof. So hopefully it holds up in that. Ben Dizzy, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing okay. Hope you're well, Ross. I'm doing pretty well, thank you, my friend. 82 points last week. 82, wow. Anderson, Timber, Gabriel, VVD, Rodon, Soboslai, Rogers, Semenyo, Rice, Bruno, Ekatike, Haaland. Great team. And Giyu. 3 frees and rolling. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I would probably roll that. You've got Bruno, you've got Rogers, you've got Rice, Semenyo, Soboslai. I guess Soboslai to Enzo would interest me. But do I remember saying you're a Liverpool fan? I might have made that up. Maybe you want to keep Soboslai? Soboslai to Enzo is the only transfer there which would be of some interest to me. But other than that, team's looking good. I have the same bench boost as you, except Tarkowski over Garner. Enjoy it. I think Tarkowski's better than Garner, so that's a slightly better bench boost. Yeah, good luck. You never know. It might not work out, but I just don't care that much. Start Tarkowski or Chow. I would start Tarkowski. Start Barnes or Krupi. I would start Krupi. Bench one of Wilson, Thiago, Semenyo. That is honestly the hardest question. Wilson, Thiago, or Semenyo, bench one. It's probably Semenyo. I think it is Semenyo. He's the only one there that... Like, Wilson's just an absolute baller. Thiago's on pens. And Thiago, you'd imagine, and Wilson have really good minutes. I suppose there's a chance Semenyo doesn't. Any update on FPL therapy? I would say for the rest of this season, it won't be going ahead just because I'm really trying to focus on my PhD in my spare time. So I just don't have the time for FPL therapy. Like Mondays now, rather than doing FPL therapy, I have a PhD day every Monday, which is really useful for me. And it means Sundays aren't too stressful for me. I have a bit more free time to enjoy myself on a Sunday. So I don't think FPL therapy will come back this season, but maybe next season. I would not rule it out. Nikki says Soboslai to Mbermo or Soboslai to Anderson and Guiu to João Pedro. Basically, 5 mids versus 3 strikers. Already got Erling and Ekitike. Midfielders are Semenyo, Enzo, Rice and Bruno. I really like Anderson and I really like João Pedro, but I think the 5 mid setup is better and I think Mbermo's great. So I would go Soboslai to Mbermo and save yourself a transfer. Hope you are well, Ross. I'm well, thank you, Jordan. Start Krupi or Tarkowski. I would go Tarkowski. Bench boost, same as you, but O'Reilly instead of Garner. What are you saying? I mean, that does make it a bit weaker because I think Garner is better than O'Reilly, but the other 3 players are the same, so I don't hate it. I do just want to say, and I know no one's really like copying me as such, because why would you? But don't bench boost just because you see me or someone else bench boost. Don't triple captain just because you see others do it. Like, really think about, do you like the chip this week? Do you predict it going well? Like, think for yourself. And I know that's an obvious point, but I would never want someone to copy a decision that I make because it might not be a good decision. It might be suboptimal. And I'm making it for my team, in my position, with my own thought process. Doesn't mean that it's something that I necessarily recommend that you do. Bench Haaland for Krupi. I don't love that, no. I don't see it. Like, I don't think Krupi's got a very high ceiling. I think he can get 1 return, maybe 2, but Haaland has it in him to get 3 or 4. And I haven't seen that from Krupi yet. I haven't even seen like the I haven't even seen like the 2 return potential for me with Krupi. I think he did get a brace. Am I right in saying once? Did he get 1 brace this season? He did. He got 2 goals against Crystal Palace. Okay. How did he do against Villa this season? He came on, played 27 minutes and didn't take a shot. They did lose that game 4-0 and it was at Villa Park, so hopefully he can at least have a shot. That'd be nice. Is Palmer captain too risky? No, not at all. Rodon or Senesi? I think that's Senesi quite comfortably for me. Jish with the super chat, but I see no message, Jish. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't see a message attached this time, Jish. Bench 3. Senesi, Lacroix, Anderson, Krupi, Mane, and Burmo. I would bench Mane, Krupi, and Lacroix. Mane, Krupi, and Lacroix. Considering Mbermo over Bruno for Saka, silly. I don't ever like calling people silly, and I think Mbermo's great, but Bruno is comfortably a better FP option than Mbermo for me. So not silly. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I would like to add Mbermo to on top of Bruno rather than instead of. Just got Bowen in club. That's very nice. Start Soboslai or Krupi. I think that's very close, but I would probably just lean Krupi. Just about. I just wanted to say, by the way, guys, thank you for all of the support on the live streams. Firstly, by being here and watching me. I really appreciate it. When I did my first live stream, I remember I had, and by the way, this is a lot of people for a first live stream, but I remember I had like 40 people watching, and I was just so grateful at the time that 40 people sat there and listened to me. I just couldn't wrap my head around 40 people all at the same time just sat there listening to me ramble. And every week, thousands of you sit here for hours on end watching me do these live streams. So I'm very grateful for that. And also especially grateful for those of you that super chat. That it massively supports. It allows me to do this as a job, basically. Like super chats are one of the main revenue sources for a FPL YouTuber, obviously around the deadline. So never asking you to, never expect you to, but thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and thank you for the super chats. I probably don't say it enough, but I really do appreciate all of the love and support. Would you move Watkins to Thiago for a -4? No. In 27 or 28, I would definitely be willing to make that move, though. Raptor, I can't lie, you're kind of cold. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. I feel like I'm too old to be called cold, but I appreciate that. I guess I'm not that old. 28. I'm getting there. I'm 30 next year, technically, because I'm 29 in March, so next year I'm going to turn 30. My back makes me feel old. I feel like an old man because been so much back pain, but... Mane or Laffy? To start, probably Enzo Laffy. What's your highest live viewers? 1 week, 2 seasons ago, it was game week 1 or 2, I think. We hit 16,000 concurrent viewers. That's the highest I've had at one time. The highest I've had in total was just under 200,000 people to watch at any point in the live stream, like unique viewers. But concurrent viewers, I think the highest has been 16,000. We're on 2,000 now, which is quite low, but it is a Friday at 5:45. Saturdays are definitely more lively for views. And also, there's not that much going on this week. How are you always so positive? I don't know, like, I wouldn't say I'm always so positive. You guys get to see the most positive version of me because I'm sat here doing what I love to do. I'm not always smiling and happy. I have my moments. But I don't know, I'm very grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. And I'm grateful I get to do this for a job as well. So I have a lot to smile about. And the thing is, right, even if I'm not feeling my best myself, if I sit here with a smile and try and portray positivity, that's going to have a positive effect on you guys as well. Imagine if you were sat here and I was really snappy and aggy and moany and looked grumpy. That rubs off on you. You know, when you spend time around really positive people, they're always positive and it makes you feel positive. So I would rather you leave this stream feeling happy, feeling positive, feeling grateful for your own lives as well, rather than leave it thinking, oh, do you know what? This guy's made me feel all angry and triggered and you know what I mean? Anyway, I feel like that's my responsibility to you guys, is to not leave a negative impression on you after the stream. Captain Palmer or Bruno? Bruno for me, but I think Palmer's a nice captaincy option. BR Suffer BR has been a member for 36 months. Thank you, my friend. Can't afford Rice. Can you rank the other mids? I like Madueke. Maybe Zubamendi, but I think he could even get a rest soon, to be honest. Ross, are you defo bench boosting? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Raptor, are you religious? The way you're talking, you do sound it. I'm actually not. I wouldn't say I'm an atheist. I would say I'm probably more agnostic, but I wouldn't say I'm fully agnostic. Because agnostic means like you're very open to it, which I'm probably not quite. But I'm certainly not... Let me just say that I do not reject religion, and I certainly wouldn't reject other people's religions. And I'm super jealous of people that are religious, because I just think it's nice to have that belief. So I actually look at other people that have religious beliefs, and I feel envy towards them, because I'm like, I'd love that. But I don't think you can lie to yourself and convince yourself to feel a way that you don't. So sadly, I'm not religious, but I would certainly be open to it in the future. If there is ever a religion that sits right with me, or I have just a moment in life where I feel like I need to turn to that, then I would definitely be open to that possibility. I have a midfield of Palmer, Anderson, Rice, Garner, Fernandez. I have just the right amount to swap Garner for Enzo and downgrade O'Reilly to a 3.8 for a -4. What do you think? Garner for Enzo and downgrade O'Reilly to a 3.8 for a hit. I don't love that, mate. I don't. Just because, firstly, you're taking a hit. Secondly, Garner's not that bad. Thirdly, I don't know that Enzo's that good for this week. And then you've got to tank one of your defender spots to a 3.8. I just don't think overall that's worth it. I would find another way to get Enzo if you want Enzo desperately. Hi, mate. Started my own FPL channel last week. Would love any feedback you have. Firstly, congratulations. Secondly, just enjoy the process. Upload as much as you can. Try to always iterate and improve your graphics, your presentational style, your camera, your microphone. Always find ways to keep improving. And I would also say, like, build up a social following. The reason that my YouTube channel got off to such a good start is I already had a lot of followers on Twitter. I already interacted with thousands of people on a weekly basis that knew me through that. And then they wanted to go and watch my content. I feel like it is very hard to just release a YouTube channel out of nowhere and just start getting loads of views. It's tough out here, especially in FPL. It is incredibly saturated. So yeah, I would say like build up your social following, enjoy the process, keep iterating, keep improving, consistency, and make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons as well. Start Garner or Krupi? I would start Garner. No, I'd start Krupi ahead of Garner. It's very close. I've got him on my bench, but I think probably just Krupi ahead of Garner. Lando to retain next year. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of siding with the bookies. If the rumours are true about the new engine formula, and I just think George Russell looks in very, very... And like last season, you have to remember how good George was and how consistent he was with a car that wasn't really all there. I don't know. I think George Russell could do something. And I wouldn't rule out Max Verstappen, by the way, ever in a million years. And I would like to see Ferrari do something, although I'm not very confident. I would say top 3, George, Lando, Oscar. In some kind of order. I don't know what order, but... Thanks for the content, Raptor. You're more than welcome, Scuba Steve. I feel like it's been a little while, my friend. Have Bruno, Cunha, Soboslai, Wilson, Garner. 2 free transfers, 0.7 in the bank. What are your thoughts? Bruno, Cunha, Soboslai, Wilson, Garner. I think Soboslai to... You can't do Soboslai to Declan Rice. Soboslai to Enzo Fernandez, I think looks nice, but then you would have to triple up on the Arsenal defence next week. If you can triple up on the Arsenal defence next week, Soboslai to Enzo. If you can't, and you have to get Soboslai to Rice, then I would just roll the transfer and work out a way to fund Soboslai to Rice next week. Every time I look at Verbruggen's name, I think about Max Verstappen. Hi, mate. Hope you are well. Do you think Calafiori starts? I would lean towards yes, but I don't know that for a fact. But yeah, I would say probably yes. Pavel Vodka says Saka, Semenyo, Guiu to Rice, Mbermo / Verts and Krupi for a -8. Bench boosting to pay for the mini wildcard. If you're asking if I think you should do it, no. I wouldn't take a -4, -8 hit to sell Semenyo. I just don't think it's worth it. I think you're forcing the bench boost at that point. But if you are to, I do like bringing in Rice, Mbermo and Krupi. I would probably lean in Mbermo just about. Start Garner or Krupi. Did that one, I think. Krupi. Hi, mate. Would you do Cunha to Mbermo? O'Reilly 2? Cunha to Mbermo's fine if you've got lots of transfers. Otherwise, not a priority. O'Reilly 2. I still think Joachim Andersen's the best cheap midfielder. Just about. If not him, Munoz. If you can get up to Munoz, I like him a lot. And then Senesi. Probably Senesi. O'Reilly to Senesi is probably a nice move. Daniel Maguire says, thanks, Ross. So here's my team. Thoughts? Verbruggen, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Semenyo, Verts, Enzo, Bruno, Mbermo, Watkins, Pedro, Roofs. A bench of Thiago, Nunes, and Mukiele. Brilliant team. Yeah, I think you got that team pretty spot on, Daniel. You would imagine with a team like that, you should be on for a good few weeks ahead. Hello, young pickle. How disgustingly soaked are you from outside?
Well, I have my umbrella, thankfully.
An umbrella? Who bought you that umbrella?
You, and you know it works really well.
I was telling them. They said I should book you an Uber, and I was like, "Isn't driving from where you work would be a nightmare?"
Oh, honestly, the Uber would take longer than me
walking. But I did say I bought you a new umbrella.
Oh, you're very sweet, aren't you?
I'm the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You gonna bench boost?
Yeah.
Couples that bench boost together stay together. Limo spot on camera.
Where?
Your fists. I'm sorry. I have quite big hands for my height, but look at the size of your fist. That looks silly.
I'm little.
You are little, yeah. It makes me feel taller as well. Right. Anyway, I'm glad the umbrella worked for you.
Hi.
Who is that? This is my girlfriend. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Where's my hand? There you go. Got my coat on still. Oh, my feet hurt. Oh, now I've got to stop tweeting. Bye, guys. I've got content creation to do.
Good luck. Krupi, Haaland, and Thiago to Fernandez and... Sorry. Krupi, Haaland, Thiago, Fernandez, Mbermo, Wilson, and Enzo. Bench issues with Tavernier, Van der Ven, and Alderete. Suggestions for a -4. 3.9 million in the bank. I don't think I would. No, I wouldn't take a hit this week. That's a fine front seven. I wouldn't take a -4. Next week, you might want to sell Tavernier up. Probably Tavernier to Rice next week. You could do Tavernier to Rice for a -4 this week, but I don't think you need to. I'll just do that next week. If you want to go support the Pickle, sounds funny. FPL Pickle does have a YouTube channel. I'll give her a...
Oh, you're very sweet.
No, you weren't meant to hear that. This is FPL Pickle's YouTube channel. If you want to see who the hand belongs to, you can go subscribe to her. She's trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. I believe it's possible, but only if you go subscribe now. Technically, there are 2,000 people here. I guarantee not all 2,000 have subscribed, so we could get to 10,000 now. Technically.
Love you all. Even though you probably don't know me.
Was work okay?
Yeah, I'm just a bit
Tired. Yeah, go relax. Yeah, the pitta and hummus is in the fridge.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. What happened to the Evan Nilsson hype? Brought him last week instead of JP. I still think Evan Nilsson's fine. It's just he continues to not really deliver too much. But I still think Evan Nilsson's a fine option. I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't have an issue keeping him. Is this your team for the week? Yep, I've already made my transfers and I have the bench boost active. I'm sure it will go horribly wrong. You can all laugh at me when it does and we can move on to double game week 26 and forget it ever happened. Buy Richards or Hill. I think Richards longer term is better, but do remember that Richards will not play in 31, whereas Hill will as long as he's still starting. But I just do worry a little bit that Diakite is just fit and ready. I don't know that Hill starts every single game. Cool says start 2 of DCL, Elliot Anderson and Evan Nilsson. Oh, I mean, it depends if you're going to watch the game tonight or not. I'd probably bench DCL there. But again, if Friday Night Football, if you want a player in the game tonight, maybe DCL's the one to start. I think the only one I definitely would start is probably Elliot Anderson. He's just been very good at the moment, hasn't he? Start Raul versus Everton or Thiago versus Newcastle. That's very difficult, but I would go Thiago personally. Watkins out for maybe João Pedro to afford getting Munoz in next week. Feels wrong selling Watkins, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know that you need to do that this week. I don't think Wolves away is a great fixture. Can you not just do that next week? Also, who's out for Munoz, Chow, /Anderson, /Mukiele? Oh, who's out for Munoz, Chow, Anderson, or Mukiele? Probably Chow. Yeah, Chow. I like Elliot. I like Joachim Anderson, as a hold now. This fixture run's quite nice. I'm actually looking at possibly buying, especially if you're Wildcard 32, this fixture run's really good. I'm looking at buying Wilson in 27 or 28 to go alongside Anderson. Start Rodon or Mateus Nunes. I would go Rodon, Thor, I think just about. On Faith, I have a quote from Dan Brown. Faith is a gift I've yet to receive. That's a lovely quote. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, you know. That is how I feel. Yeah. I'd love to receive the gift. Maybe I will in the future. If I ever do, I'll update you on the stream. You know. Bench Krupi or Senesi? I'd start Senesi and bench Krupi if it was me, personally. Trying to catch a 53 points. Okay. Captain Bruno or a differential Bowen. 53 points isn't that much, but if you want to start differentiating, Bowen's not a bad place to start against Burnley, is he? Sorry, guys, I've got a heat patch on my back. I'm just rearranging, not scratching my cheeks. It's one of those that sits over the top, and my top was riding up, and it was about halfway up my back. So I had to lower it. Hi, Ross. I have 3 free transfers and not sure who to swap. I'm going to respond to my comment with my full team, including bench advice, please. Okay, Lauren, I've got you 3 transfers. You're not sure it's what? Okay. Pickford, Areola, Timber, Chalobah, Vandenberg, Dallo. Okay, that could probably do with a transfer or 2. Rice, Rogers, Anderson, Semenyo, Xhaka, Thiago, Bowen, and Haaland. I can understand why you are struggling, because you kind of need to probably make 2 moves to free up the money, but who'd you sell? That's actually quite tough. I think you want to get Bruno Fernandes in there, but how do you get Bruno in without selling one of Thiago or Bowen, which I don't think you want to do? Wow, that is tough. What can I suggest here? Xhaka's the one that stands out, obviously, that needs to probably be sold. But you don't need to do that this week because you've already got a good midfield. You've already got a good defence. I'm going to cop out slightly and actually just say that I think I would roll the transfer. And that next week might offer you an option to go and get Bruno somehow. I do think Bruno Fernandes is the bigger mission here. And then I think maybe changing Vandenberg or Dalot to a slightly better defender for the long term might be interesting. Although Vandenberg continues to get minutes, he's not bad. You've already got Elliot Anderson. You've already got Rodgers and Rice. Enzo Fernandez is another one. Okay, yeah, so I would roll the transfer, and then next week, I think you want to get Xhaka to Enzo Fernandez or find a way to get Bruno Fernandes into the team. But I don't think there's anything this week, I should say, that screams out to me that you can do that would massively upgrade the team. So I think I would roll. When in doubt, roll the transfer, you know? Whenever people give like unsolicited advice, and that's fine by the way, of course, they always use the word bro. I don't know whether it's just something associated with when someone gives advice that hasn't been asked for, and then they just chuck bro with it. It's always like, save the bench boost, bro. Or I wouldn't take a -4 hit, bro. I don't know why the word bro is always coupled with advice, which basically tells you not to do something that you've done. Like, I wouldn't do that, bro. It makes me laugh. Like, all of the comments are like, I wouldn't do this, bro. Or, that's the silly move, bro. Makes me laugh. You're right, bro. Nah, bro. Okay, bro. Real bros here. Reasonable bench boost, bro. Yeah, trust me, bro. Pretty bold, bro. That's just rude at this stage, you know. How about going Havertz instead of Rice? Yeah, that could work. That could work. Because people who write bro are usually negative. Maybe. Maybe. Bench one of Raul, Thiago, or either Anderson. Oh my god, it might actually be Raul there of those 4 options. I don't want to diss Raul because he's actually been okay, but maybe Raul Jimenez. Buy Wirtz or Semenyo for Saka. I think Wirtz, I'd go. Which 2 to start? Wilson, Thiago, Kelleher, or Dubravka? I'd go penalty taker and I'd go Thiago and Kelleher. Start your 2 Brentford boys, I think. As much as Newcastle at home can be good, they've also been a bit hit and miss this season. So, yeah, I would lean that way. Jish, good to see you. I'm glad the message came through this time. Team is Verbruggen. Okay, I've got your team. Please pick the 11 and would I bench boost? So I would bench Dubravka, Senesi, Anderson, and Krupi, and that's a bench boost, yeah. I mean, it's basically my bench. So it depends. It depends if you want to bench boost with me or if you want to go different. I would probably do what I'm not doing based on my decision-making this season and the outcomes that I get on my team. But I think that sounds like a very strong bench boost, Jish. So I would lean towards saying yes, but if not, I think you bench Dubravka, Anderson, Senesi, and Krupi. Yeah, I mean, that just screams bench boost to me. Rockass says, wildcard. Okay, I've got your wildcard. Interesting. Right, Pickford, Dubravka, fine. Gabby, Timber, Chalobah, Senesi, Cash, Enzo and Bruno Fernandes, Rice, Anderson, Mbeumo, Haaland, JP. It's a very nice wildcard team. Is there anything I would change there? I don't know if I'd have Pickford on a wildcard. Not bad, though. Cash. Do I have cash on a wild card? Maybe not as well. It's a nice team. I do think you could maybe have one Palace, Munoz or Sarr in there would be a bit interesting, just to like make the most of wildcarding now, basically. I also don't know who your third forward is, but I'm assuming it's Krupi or Mane. You could go for Mane to make sure that you have one doubling cheap forward. Oh, and Krupi, yeah. So, I mean, pretty much, mate, that's pretty bang on a wild card. I don't think there's too much to change. I would also probably try and have Florian Wirtz in there, but it's difficult to afford everyone. Dubravka, Anderson, Tarkowski, Mukiele, is that a bench boost? I think it's tempting, yeah. Mukiele against Arsenal, again, doesn't scream bench boost, but the other three players are all good, so I think you certainly could. My bald-headed little halfling, where is Dorgu? Where is Dorgu, bro? Where's Dorgu, bro? Bro just sounds American, doesn't it, when you say it out loud? When you type it, it doesn't. But when you say it out loud, it feels impossible not to say bro. Hi, Rush, just got in from work, half hour to the deadline. Mbeumo or Cunha a better replacement for Saka? I prefer Mbeumo. Not to say that in a single week like this, Cunha couldn't outscore Mbeumo, but longer term, Mbeumo's a better FPL asset for me. Bench one of Rodgers, Wilson, Thiago, or risk White? I would bench from those three. It's Wilson versus Thiago is such a headache. So many people have asked me that on the stream. I've got no idea. Like, I think because Thiago's on penalties, you bench Wilson, but it's so close. I'll say Wilson, but yeah, there's not that much in it. Would I risk White? I think there's a good chance White does start, but I just can't promise to you that. I asked a couple of Arsenal fans today, and they actually said they think Timber starts still. So it's very close as to which one starts this. -4 for Barnes to Madueke for a differential, or just buy Rice. It depends how much you want to differentiate. Like, what brings you joy in FPL? Declan Rice, for me, is a better asset than Madueke. But, you know. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them, bro. I actually do remember Albert Einstein regularly saying, bro, yeah. You've got just over 20 minutes till the deadline. 20 minutes till the deadline. Bro sounds American. Bruv sounds English. Brav. What's up, brother? Oh, I just went to put my elbow on my desk and missed and nutted the mic. You and Einstein go back like that. You remember when he used to call you bro? Yeah, me and Einstein were best bros. Besties. I don't know if I'd call it a bestie, actually, but is that cool? I don't think that's cool to say the word bestie. Ekatike or Thiago? This week, Ekatike. Longer term, I think Thiago's still slightly better. Wirtz cap. I don't know if I'd captain Wirtz, but I do like him this week. Bench boost, Marnie, Dubravka, Richard, Senesi. Not quite a bench boost for me. Gabriel or João Pedro captain? I actually really like Gabriel captain, I'm not going to lie. I do like Gabriel captain. If there were any doubts around Bruno for whatever reason, I would be all over a Gabriel captain. But I just do think Bruno Fernandes is a better captain than Gabriel. Bench one of Rodgers, Krupi, Tarkowski. I'd bench Krupi. Start Tarkowski and Rodgers. Joe Bad Cat says, hi, Russ, I have some benching decisions to make. Okay. Gay, Senesi, and Wilson versus Njai, who play against each other. Bench 2, please. Loving the content. Thank you very much for the kind words. Okay. I would start... I think I would still start Wilson and Njai, then Senesi, then Gay. So the only one I would definitely bench is Mark Gay. I do like Senesi this week, though. Don't know why. I've got a feeling that Senesi could get an attacking return in DEFCON. I would still go Wilson and Iliman Njai and have Senesi first sub, if anyone missed out for whatever reason. For those that are just joining, firstly, welcome. Secondly, yes, the bench boost is active. Thirdly, I do not care if you don't like it. We've been through all of that already, that people don't like the bench boost. I'm fully aware. I reserve the right to do whatever the hell I want with my team. It's my team. It's mine. Thiago or Pedro? Next 2 or 3 weeks, João Pedro, but preferably longer term, I think Thiago. To show you how close the Fulham versus Thiago and other such choices, yesterday you offered the exact opposite assessment. Honestly, Dave, I think on this stream, I have repeatedly changed between whether I prefer Wilson or Thiago. Genuinely. I have no idea. I think I've just said the same thing back and forth each time. That bench scores minimum 11 points. Minimum or maximum? Did you mean to say minimum? If you meant to say minimum, I'm all there for it. If you meant to say maximum, I'm not there for it. Kind sir, how much do you dislike triple Arsenal defence? I don't dislike it at all. I think it's good. Wish more content creators had your thinking, Ross. I'll tell you what, it is extremely difficult to make a different decision to the herd when you're a content creator. Because this is the thing, right? Content creators got criticised for all doing the same thing. On this stream alone, I've been criticised that why do all content creators make the same decisions like Captaincy, right? So then I do something different. I buy a different player. I buy Enzo Lafite or I bench boost this week. And as soon as you do something that is slightly different, then people say, why are you doing that? Why don't you just do what's really obvious? So then you don't do something different and then you do what's obvious. And then people are like, why are you not doing something different? And it just goes in this cycle of like, you just can't please people. And I'm talking about the minority here. The majority obviously don't care. But I guess what I'm saying is as a content creator, it is difficult to differentiate because you just get slammed for it, especially if it doesn't work. If this bench boost works poorly, my DMs and comments will be a state of people like, told you so, you're washed, you're terrible at FPL, how is this your job, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, if it goes well, then you look like a genius. Or people will just say you got lucky. Hi, Rush, do you think Madueke will play the double? I do right now think Madueke will start both, but I couldn't promise you that at all. You could see Trossard and Martinelli both starting. Haters gonna hate, bro. True, bro. Exactly. I love that the chat is just loads of people saying bro. Looks like we're all just like bros, you know? Maybe we are. Khan, Raya, Gabriel, Van Dijk, Mukiele, Vandenberg, Dorgu, Garner, Wilson, Rice, Bruno, Semenyo, Haaland, Ekatike, Igor Jesus. Igor Jesus is interesting. 1.8 million in the bank, 1 free transfer. Should I take a -8? Semenyo, Igor, Dorgu to Enzo, João Pedro, Senesi. Ooh, I hate -8s, but I love those transfers. Gabriel Van Dijk. I don't love -8s normally, but I do just feel like your team's behind the curve a little bit. And I do think at some point you're going to have to take hits. I'm never going to sit here and heavily advocate taking a -8 hit. But as far as -8 hits that I am sent, that is one of the ones that makes more sense. So I don't mind it, yeah. Please play one of Chow, Thiago, Anderson, Dewsbury Hall. Oof. I would say Thiago, then Anderson, then Dewsbury Hall, then Chow in that order. But I think it's all very close there. I think it's all very close. You've got just over 15 minutes till the deadline. Did I miss double news? Yes, 26. It's on the FPL site now. But in game week 26, Arsenal play Brentford away and Wolves away. And Wolves have Forest away and Arsenal at home. Blizzard, Ekatike and O'Reilly for Pedro and Timber. Or Pedro for Thiago. I wouldn't sell Ekatike or Thiago, really, though. Timber transfer and a -4 out of someone else. Team is Verbruggen, Chow, Anderson, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Biol, Bruno, Enzo, Rice, Garner, Wilson, Thiago, Ekatike, Haaland. That just looks like a roll to me. Verbruggen, Chow, Gabriel, Anderson. That team looks like a very easy roll to me, Blizzard. I don't think I love any of those. If you're desperate to get João Pedro, then yeah, by all means, I don't mind the Ekatike and O'Reilly to Pedro and Timber, but I just don't know that I think you need to make a move this week. Your starting 11 looks great. Start 2 of DCL, Rodgers, Rice. I think you probably bench DCL there and start Rodgers and Rice. Sarr to Garner this week or wait until next week? I wouldn't sell Sarr. Do you mean Sarr for Garner? I think either way, delay it, but I wouldn't sell Sarr. I assume you mean Garner to Sarr. I would still then wait until next week to do that. Hi, Ross. Hope you are well. I'm well, thank you, Liam. Start Krupi or Munoz? Munoz. Is GeoRaptor on vacation? I just need to find the time to record. I'm going to stand up for the last little bit. You're about to see... bye, guys. Bye, guys. It's been nice knowing you. Just... Oh, my green screen needs to come a bit closer, I think.
Are you okay? What happened?
I was just standing up, putting my standing desk up.
Oh, I thought something had gone wrong.
No, just
Oh, is your back okay?
not really.
Oh.
Back's in bits. Back's in bits. Okay, that works. Ross height reveal. Yeah, it's my true height. I was actually stood up there and the camera was actually only at 5'6". I'll tell you what, standing desks are great. I never thought I'd enjoy a standing desk, but sometimes my back is not great. Have you bench boost? I am bench boosting, yes. Why not? Come on, guys. Like, let's remember the spirit of why we play FPL. Back in the day, it was just you play it with your mates, you have some fun, you pick players you like. We've all got into this, oh, I want to play optimally style of play, and it is a bit annoying. And I know content creators are to blame for that, but I hopefully am showing you now, like, it doesn't really matter. It's some players on a screen, it's some numbers on a screen. Have fun with the game. Pick players you like, pick different strategies, and everyone let's just be friends, you know? You get what I mean. How many points would you take for your bench? I would say a realistic aim is 12 plus. If you gave me 12 on my bench now, I'd say I'll take it. If you want to know what you want to make me really happy, to be like, oh, I would be buzzing with that bench, I would say 18 to 20, I'd be like, wow, that is much more than I expected or wanted. I'm buzzing. Anything above 20 would obviously be insane, which I don't think I'll get, because I would then need like a few attacking returns or like a couple of clean sheets, which I think is unlikely. So somewhere between 12 and 18. 12 is rubbish. I'll get that from appearance points in a double. Assuming that you can get 15 doubling players, yes, you will. If you can get 15 doubling players. But you might then be picking rubbish players longer term just so that you can get appearance points from a bench on a double. So this is it, you know? I think people really misunderstand the bench boost overall as a chip. I do genuinely think that. People just hear the saying, you should always bench boost in a double, and then just go, well, I'm bench boosting in a double. But they don't actually know what they're... Again, like the surrounding factors, I suppose, with a bench boost. Anyway, I kind of wish I hadn't done it now because it's exhausting explaining it every time. Is Timber starting? We don't know. We don't know. Got no idea. He's fit and available, that's all we know. But I wouldn't be surprised if White starts this one. I just hope that Timber comes on, because otherwise that's a disaster for the bench boost. Bench of Dubravka, Van Dijk, Rodon, Dewsbury Hall. Is that a bench boost? It's certainly worth considering. I can't tell you whether to play it or not, but it's certainly worth considering. Yeah, it's a pretty strong bench. Bench dilemma. Start Thiago or Calvert-Lewin. I would start Thiago. Play 2 of Rodon, Goodmanson, O'Reilly, Garner, Wilson. Probably Wilson. Wilson and Garner, probably. Play 2 of Road. Okay, yeah, that's the same one, right? Yeah, I'd play Wilson and Garner. If not Garner, then Rodon. So Wilson and Garner or Wilson and Rodon would be my favourite choices there. I really want to captain Gabriel. Captain Gabriel, then. People, start enjoying the game. If you don't do it, don't play. Just went against Raptors' advice and did a -8. Let the world of my rank burn. Play your own game. For goodness sake, if we're not going to make our own decisions and play our own game in FPL, when are we going to own our decisions and make our own choices, you know? It's way too serious, FPL. And I'm part of this, by the way, but like, I really don't like how serious it's become. Like, weekends used to be really enjoyable with FPL, and I feel like they're getting less and less enjoyable. I don't know if that's just because I'm a content creator, but it just all feels way too intense. I feel like I used to just make decisions that I was happy with, own them, and be excited to see how they played out. Now it's just kind of like anxiety ridden. Then we shouldn't watch you. I mean, if that's your take-home message, then fair. Choose 2 to start from Van Dijk, Anderson, Senesi. Cheers. I would go Anderson and Senesi there, honestly, mate. Hello, Ross. Could you do another GeoGuessr live stream over the weekend? Maybe not over the weekend, because the weekend I spend time with Pickle, and I have other stuff to do. Maybe next week we could do a GeoRaptor live stream. I could try and do it in like the evening so that people could watch after work kind of thing. Everyone wants to win something they will not. Well, this is the thing. No one's realistically winning FPL. None of us here are probably going to win it. So why not have fun with it? Like, is there a massive difference between my rank saying 130k or 25k? Probably not really. Other than credibility for you watching me and winning your mini leagues, I guess, which is important to a lot of people. But I don't know. Considering not many are going to win. Well, literally one will win every year, you know? Midweek deadline next game week. Yes, Tuesday deadline next week. There's a Tuesday deadline. So I'll have my team selection out on Monday morning. Or Sunday evening. I need to work it out. And I'll then have my deadline decisions out on Tuesday morning. And then we'll obviously have a stream on Tuesday as well. Then, for Valentine's Day, we've got the weekend off. No Valentine's Day live stream. No romantic live stream with FPL Raptor. Very Bro Jovi stream. It's my team and I'll do what I want. Bro Jovi. What makes FPL fun is watching games you will never imagine you will watch. Yeah, this is true. You're sat there watching like Wolves Burnley and it's like, why am I sat here watching this? Yeah, like I probably won't even watch the Forest Leeds game tonight. But that's the sort of example of a game that I would never normally watch. But if you have FPL players, where are you taking the lady then? I have booked a very lovely weekend away with FPL Pickle. I've booked dinners, lunches, the hotel. We've got activities for the evening. I've already booked it all. It's a lovely Valentine's weekend. That's all you need to know. I am a very romantic person. Believe it or not. Start Hill or Keane? I'd start Hill, honestly. It's been on crazy form. Start Gay, Stack, or Goodmanson. Why? Verbruggen, Dubravka. I would go Verbruggen and Stack. And big love to you, Timmy Dubs. Yeah, Verbruggen and Stack for me. Just, they're the two that stand out in my mind. Alex. Okay, I've got your team, Alex. How long have we got to the deadline? 8 minutes, okay. I've got your team. 0.2 in the bank, 1 free transfer. Bench boost, Arsenal players in for a hit. So your bench will be probably DCL, Dallo, Anderson, Dubravka. It's not bad. I don't necessarily think that's the strongest bench, but it's not far off. As long as you think all of your players will get minutes, then I don't hate the idea of bench boosting. I would not take a hit this week. Stack is injured. Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, I must have missed that. Okay, don't start Stack then. Start Goodmanson, probably. Who are your other options? Stack, Goodmanson, or Gay? Yeah, probably Goodmanson. I didn't realise Stack was injured, sorry. Probably something I should have known. Feel like I need a wild card. Raya, Gabriel, Tarkovsky, Chow, Anderson, Rodon. Bruno, Rice, Enzo, Anderson, Wilson, Cyborg, Thiago, Watkins. How does that need a wild card? You're like 3 transfers off like the ideal team. I think you just need to probably get Watkins down to free up some money. You've already got triple Arsenal as well. I don't know what you're saying here. That's a great team. I would just roll the transfer and enjoy the green arrow. You're just being pessimistic there, KJ. You've got a nice team. Hi, Ross. Team in the mud. Sack it to Semenyo, 1 free transfer, and then get Timber next week for free, or do it this week for a -4. If it's this week, I'd bench O'Reilly. I would prefer Semenyo to O'Reilly even for a hit. So yeah, I would do it this week. Khan says, in the new team then, which one should I bench? Van Dijk, Senesi, Mukiele, Wilson, Garner. Cap, João Pedro, Enzo, Gabriel. I need to eventually sell Wilson and Garner and Van Dijk. Which one should I bench? Mukiele. Comfortably Mukiele there. And captaincy. I think Gabriel from those options. I really do think Gabriel captain could go well. Although Sunderland are a great team, aren't they? They could find a way to score. Bench one of Thiago, Chow, Maguire or Rodgers. Probably Harry Maguire. 1, Dubravka or Pope. And 2, Chow or Rodon. I would go Pope and Rodon. Spread the risk a little bit. Yeah, Pope and Rodon. Bench one of Wilson or Anderson. I would start Harry Wilson. He's a baller, man. He'll find ways to get goals consistently, won't he? Kroopy Hall. I don't think Kroopy's going to haul. I really hope he does. I hope Kroopy bails out the bench boost, but I can't see Kroopy hauling. We'll see. I can obviously see a goal. He just doesn't get that many chances. He doesn't often finish the chances he gets, but I don't think he's the sort of player that I see regularly getting a lot of big chances. Although it is Aston Villa playing away, right, at the Vitality. If it was at Villa Park, I'd feel a lot less certain on it. Will Bruno G play? I just don't know. I don't trust Eddie Howe, so I don't know. It would put me off a bench boost if I had Bruno G, I'm afraid. Unless you are confident, in which case go for it. You've got under 4 minutes until the deadline, by the way. Under 4 minutes. JP captain. I don't mind João Pedro captain. He's in brilliant form. Chelsea will probably get chances in that game. I have got, as always, a captaincy ranking. Top left corner of the screen under the deadline counter. The point of that is so that you know how I feel on captaincy. So I have got Fernandes first, Gabriel second, Palmer third, João Pedro fourth, Haaland fifth, Fernandes sixth, and Burmo seventh, and Bowen eighth. So that is my captaincy ranking. I still stick with the same thought process. Any early team news? Not that I have seen. No, I can't see anything. Not that I necessarily expect to get Leeds or Forest early team news, to be honest. The news on Timber was that Timber is fine and fit and available. It doesn't mean that he'll start, doesn't mean that he'll get any minutes, but the fact that he is fine and fit and available according to Arteta, you'd imagine he's in the squad. So I don't think you can bench him as a result, unless you are confident that he's not going to be benched. If you want to go and buy him, it's up to you, whether you make that decision or not. Maybe you could put it off a week, or maybe you just go, do you know what, screw it. I'll just go for it. I've bench boosted, F it. This is it, man. Like, who cares? Oh no, I only got 8 points. Don't care. If it's less than 8, that's a stinker. I'll be honest. If I come back and I've got, let's say 9 or fewer points on my bench boost, that's a stinker. I'll hold my hands up and say, that's a stinker. If it's more than 10, it's fine. Yeah, 9 or below, single digits is not what you want on a bench boost. But at least then, I don't have to worry about it ever again until next season. You know? That's what we want. Start Thiago or Kroopy. It's definitely Thiago for me, personally. Prepare for a Haaland brace. So be it. So be it. If he braces, he braces. You've got just over a minute till the deadline. I would get your teams locked in. I'm going to do the classic, refresh my team. Just to make sure everything is locked. Captain on Bruno, vice on Gabriel. Bench boost is definitely active. Yep. Very happy with that team. Do you know what? I'm going to be optimistic. It's a good team. I'm going to get a green arrow. Bench boost is going to go well. We're very happy. Until Timber misses out, another player misses out, and my bench boost is basically Rodon and Dubravka. 2 minutes to start or bench Munoz. I'd start Munoz. Depends who you're benching, though, I guess, but I'd want Munoz in my team. Planned the bench boost around the wildcard last year and only got 6 points. Lots of cameos, bench boost active. This is the thing. You can plan perfectly for it, but you need luck to go your way. Yeah, Rodon playing tonight will tell us how good the bench boost is going to go, right? If he gets 1 or 2 points or 0 points or minus points, then it's not going to be a good start. If Rodon gets anything tonight, we're already off to a flyer, you know? Fingers crossed. Thiago or DCL? I would lean Thiago just about, but it's pretty close. You've got 10 seconds. By the time you hear my voice, the deadline is probably gone. I'm going to go and tweet my team, as I always do, see what everyone thinks. I'm sure everyone will love my team, no doubts. I think Rice is only good for corners. Well, he's very good at the corners, at least, to be fair. But yeah, I do know what you mean. Open play, the goal threat and assist threat is definitely more limited. Cool. Post my team. Okay. Need to post on Blue Sky. Please brag if the bench boost goes well. It's just not going to. I know it's a really pessimistic thing. It's just not. My season's gone so badly, man. I feel like I've been so unlucky this year with everything. So I'm not feeling overly confident in it. But we'll see. All it needs is one bit of luck, like a James Garner goal, or a Rodon goal, or a Dubravka penalty save. Just something like that, and it's flying. It only needs one player to do well. It doesn't need multiple players to do well on a bench boost. You just need one. Why play attacker versus defender? Because this is FPL and you don't get a free hit every week. I think the big mistake that people make when they first play FPL, I'd assume that you're new to FPL, but like you can't avoid clashes every single week. It's impossible. On TikTok, every time I upload my team on TikTok, people are like, why are you playing this player when they play against one of your defenders? But it's like, you're going to have clashes. You can't change your players every single week just because there are clashes, you know? It's just one of those things, sad. One of the sad inevitabilities of FPL, I would say. I'm going to go for a quick wee break. If you want to stick around, do. I'll stick around until the teams are released, at the very least. But to make me a little bit more comfortable, I want to go for a quick wee. So I'll see you in a second. And entertain yourselves, you know. Hello, hello. Leave us with Pickle at least. I think Pickle's showering, to be honest. I didn't see her in the living room as I went for a wee. Not that I'll weed in the living room. That'd be fun. Should have hold music for bathroom breaks. Yeah, I know. Should have. We need a new long GeoRaptor video soon. We could play a bit of GeoGuessr. To be fair, it's never a bad idea till we wait. I feel like it's a tradition at this point. I'll do that for a sec. Do club. I've already spoken about club. Do you play the Fantasy Gaming Hub app? No, I don't. I don't know if anyone has asked before, but do you play an instrument, Ross? I don't. No. I wish I did, though. I dedicated most of my life to football. Then ended up not playing professional football despite dedicating my whole life to professional football. I just almost destroyed my desk. That's fine, though. I don't know if I can be bothered to play Jules. Guess I could. Should I play Jules or do I just play offline? What's the situation here? Don't know if I can be bothered. I don't know if it's in me. Streaks, maybe? Yeah, could just try and get a country streak. Oh, I was on 0. I wasn't paying any attention. I forgot I was on 0.1 seconds and I was not paying attention to where we are. It was South Africa. Okay. No, I don't want to be playing this right now, do I? I don't know where this was. It was I'm not paying enough attention for this nonsense right now. Yes! We're not playing 0.1. So I'm just going to get rid of this round. Yeah, that was a good one. I saw the Colombian cross on the sign. I don't know where that was. Bhutan? That's not a bad guess. We got the right ridge. Well, not quite, but... That was quite impressive. I'll take that. I'll tell you how we knew. There was... I saw the car, and we had these mountains, obviously very high up in the clouds. And this architecture. I mean, it had to be Bhutan, really. Bhutan. Right, I didn't mean to play. I didn't want to play on 0.1 seconds. Do you know what? Screw it. We're feeling good. We're going to play a couple of duels. Oh, God, I'm going to regret this. Is this... It's NMPZ as well. Okay, I need to focus. I think probably more like up in northern Chile, I would guess. Road lines, I don't know if they check out. I guess they do. All white would probably be more likely to be Chile. Could be a lot further south, I suppose. They've gone Peru. It's probably possible. Luton, someone said. Luton. Yeah, fair. Fine. Peru. Love your FPL content. Thanks, mate. I am streaming right now. Right. I don't know. I think Czechia's a fine guess. Okay, Slovenia, that's fine. I'm up to gold 1, Ross. Thanks for your videos. Big love, man. Good job. Gold 1's good. So it's just Scotland, do you think? He's going to stream snipe you. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said I was streaming. I could see that being Scotland. Could be Ireland.
This is the other thing, Northern Ireland, something like that. Oh. Oh, okay. We were both off. He's not moving, he's in the stream. This is NMPZ, you can't move. You can't move, it's NMPZ. I was trying to see what those bollards are. They look a bit like the Croatian bollards, you know? That looks a bit like that could be up here. I wonder if they are the Hungarian bollards. The other thing I was thinking of is this could just be Germany or Luxembourg. If it's Germany or Luxembourg, I'm probably in trouble. I'm going to go Croatia. I think Germany and Luxembourg would be my next thought. Germany. Yeah. It was the German bollards. How do you improve at this game, Ross? Just play it. Watch my videos. You know? Is this Indo or Cambo? This could be Cambodia. Probably go India. I do have some worries that this could be Cambodia, but... Wow, that was much more southern than I thought. Yeah, that looked a lot more like the north of India. I actually don't think that is. Is it Philippines? Oh, God, this isn't a good one. Oh, I don't know if this is Indo, Malaysia, Philippines. Could be Latin America, even, but... Ah, Bangladesh, okay. Fair. Didn't get Bangladesh vibes. Great content this week. Thanks. Here's to Bench Boost Union. Thank you so much for the super chat and support. I appreciate it, my friend. This is Mexico, man, I think. Oh, my thing just glitched out there. That was weird. Okay. It's fine. It is what it is. Fine. I don't know where in Brazil this is. That's just a complete guess. I'm really not sure. Could be much further south, but he's in Paraguay. Oh, I think it might be could be Paraguay, I suppose, yeah. I think it's Brazil. No, I think it is Brazil. Could be Paraguay. Okay, we're a little bit closer. We'll take that. It's actually just near Rio. I think this is Asia somewhere. Now, where in Asia is going to be interesting? I wonder about Japan here. I think I'm going to go Japan. Oh, we are just getting out-hedged repeatedly, man. Should have gone a little bit further north. That's fine. NMPZ's tough, to be honest. Is that Senegal? No, probably not actually, is it? Oh. I don't know. What? That is mental. That looks so much. I think that's incredible. That's blown my mind. Okay. Oh, that was almost enough. Oh, if I'd have stayed where I was a little bit further south. Look at this for a battle. What a battle this is. Is this just... What side of the road are we on? I can't tell if this is Bangladesh, Malaysia, or... Oh, God. I don't know where we are. Okay, I was close. Philippines. Goodness me. I have no idea how we won that. What were the lineups, by the way? Yeah, road on starts. That was the main thing I cared about, in all fairness. Okay, we're playing no move here. I'd probably send on the east coast of Thailand here. I don't mind like a guess around there. I didn't even know that was in GeoGuessr. What? Has anyone that actually plays GeoGuessr ever had that kind of round? We're back in India again, man. This is the issue with this bloody map at the moment. It's just a 90% India and US constantly. I'll probably go a little bit further north here. I was on the west coast, near Mumbai. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten there. I don't know. I find India very difficult to read and guess. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking maybe like, is that like? Could that be Slovenian architecture? What is that architecture, man? And by the way, I'm just going to grab my YouTube channel if you want to check out. If you're watching this now and you're enjoying it and you're not subscribed to my GeoRaptor YouTube channel, I'll put it here. I upload GeoGuessr content on there. Yeah, Bosnia was the other one. Like, I'm thinking it's somewhere around here. Maybe it's more Balkan? What was the copyright? 2022. So no, I'm wondering about it being more like Belgian Dutch now was my worry. I'll leave it in Slovenia. Okay, it was nice. Yeah, the architecture looked a little bit Slovenian. I guess in a very similar area. Is that water to the northeast? Water to the northeast. It's very weird. Is it to the east as well? What sort of... I'm a bit confused where we are here. Maybe it's just the lake we're looking at. Oh, this could be out. My worry is that it's out here. Ah, this could be out in Western Australia. Oh, it was in Western Australia. You mugging me off? Do you want to fight, Brav? Do you want to play? Where are we? Quick, where are we?
Venezuela.
It's not even in GeoGuessr.
No.
I actually don't know where we are. Okay, we're quite close actually. Hello.
Oh my god, did they see me?
They probably would have, yeah. What do you mean they see you? I'm live streaming.
Yeah, but you got your weird camera on.
Are they not the Albertan bollards?
I don't get it.
Go-
Where am I?
I'm not got OBS open. Yeah, you're there, look.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Guys, are they not the Albertan bollards? Don't tell me that's an Albertan bollard on a north-south road. Are we looking at an Albertan bollard? I don't think we are. Imagine. I don't think it is the Albertan bollard. I think I've just embarrassed myself, but... It was an Albertan bollard. This is the thing, got many bollards, kids. You okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't realise I looked like that.
Oh, what bollards are these? I think that's what we refer to as a Thai bollard. I mean, it could be an Indian bollard, actually. I'm not really sure. Is this Thailand or India?
I wasn't sniffing him, I was just cuddling him.
But did I smell good? No.
You smell fine, but I wasn't sniffing.
I think they're actually in... I think that was... Wait, my guess didn't register. No, I guessed Thailand as well. Why didn't it register? No. Oh, that would have been such a good guess. Oh, that's devastating. What just happened? You saw me click that. Oh, for God's sake, man. Oh, it's devastating. I wasn't paying attention, to be fair. Okay, we're getting into the big multi... Oh, I can't believe that, man. I think I would have won on the multipliers there. That is so peak. I'm just watching the replay now. I'm sure I did click. I don't actually know where this is, I'm not going to lie. I worry that it's not over there. It's probably too risky of a guess, you know. I'm actually going to go... I don't know. Oh, I don't know where we are. I don't know where in South Africa we are. Oh, I moved it there. Should have left it there. Oh, it's so annoying when you change your guess right at the end and it's ends up being wrong. Wow. I don't actually like that guess at all, you know? No, I don't think that is, man. I'm struggling to place this. I don't know. I really, really am struggling to place this in the US, man. These trees are very interesting. They're huge. They're very tall. Is this actually Canada, then? I'm going to go like there. Oh, okay. That's all GG's. Wow. Much further south. Okay. It's actually Georgia. I feel like that was quite a baity round. It looked more like the north, if anything, but... We'll carry on playing until we lose. NMPZ. I worry a little bit about... No, I think it probably is Mexico. Maybe a little bit further north. I don't see any cactus. So, like, up here, you'd expect to see some cactus or cacti. I don't know. I think I'll leave it in Mexico. Oh, it was Brazil. How is he closer? He's in the wrong continent. He was closer with South Africa, for goodness sake. Okay, that's fine. So I think this is possibly Brazil. I don't have a great read on this, though, is the only thing I'll say. Ah, okay. It didn't really feel like Manaus, I'm not going to lie. That's fine. It was Brazil. NMPZ's so much more difficult, you know. This has to be up here, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, wow. Okay, it's a very, very unique Central Australia. Okay, that's a nice guess from my opponent. They've definitely got the beating of me at the moment. That's safe to say. I think this has to be Chile. I'd probably go northern Chile. Okay, yeah, northern Chile. Nice. All white road lines were there, and it looked like South America, which kind of led us to Argentina or Chile. I'd probably say Thailand, man. Probably somewhere over here. Okay. Nice guess from my opponent again. I think my opponent's very good, to be fair. Ross, do you have a club in GeoGuessr that all of us can play with you? I've not at the moment, but it's certainly something I can look into. Yeah, for sure. Is it ever Turkey? This round's quite difficult, I'd say. I don't know where we are. I don't even know we're in the right continent here, to be honest. I don't know where we are. Oh, it was Turkey. Wow. Is that enough? That is enough. GG's. Wow. What a guess that was. I'm quite happy with that one. That was a very difficult one. Oh my goodness, guys. We've got to play one more. We're almost at 1,000 rating. Can we hit 1,000 rating? Right. We've got to do it. We've got to do it. This will be the final game either way. We'll either hit 1,000 rating or we'll drop a little bit lower, but pretty happy overall. Will it be NMPZ or will it be no move? Man, this game is tough as hell, looks the same to me. It's just, honestly, it's just learning patterns. It's like, the reason I thought Turkey, there was rubbish, which you don't see as much in Spain, and the pylon towers looked very much like they do in Turkey versus Spain. Now, the only way that you learn that is by doing research and practicing the game. Oh, I played Spencer before. Hello again, mate. I played Spencer, I remember. Yeah, I played Spencer. It was a really good battle. Anyone speak any of the Indian languages? It's, I would say near Madhya Pradesh would be my guess, something like that. That was a little bit further out there. Okay, fine. Okay. We've got Russia. My thought was maybe near like somewhere between like Chelyabinsk and Novosibirsk was my thought. So it could hit Omsk up, but this area around here often looks kind of quite grassy and flat, which is kind of what you see here. It maybe does give slightly more eastern vibes. I don't mind somewhere along this road from Omsk to Novosibirsk, somewhere like that. It could be a lot further east is my worrying concern, but we'll see. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Didn't see it being that far west. Fair. Okay. If anything, I would have probably gone further east, in all fairness. I reckon this could be Queensland. Like up here. I'm going to actually risk it on Queensland. He's gone New South Wales. Could be New South Wales. Do you use the sun technique to differentiate northern and southern hemisphere? Yeah, only if, though... Oh, it was New South Wales. What a guess. Only if I don't know the round. Like, I knew that was Australia, so I didn't need to check the sun. If I know the country, then no. But if I'm struggling for the country, I'll check the sun. So there's a lot of English. Lots and lots of English. Is this out here? This is one where I could do with a hemisphere to confirm. Sun's more in the south, although it's very difficult to try and tell. Can't tell if it's out here or out here. It's either very east or very west. I mean, the fact that we've got these bigger mountains makes me think more like it could even be the US. I don't know. These trees just looked very the trees that you get out here, New Brunswick and Newfoundland and stuff, they look very much like this. I'm gonna go there. I don't know where we are. Ooh. That was a decent guess. It was. I'm glad we didn't go the other way then. Okay. Oh, this is another tough one, man. Got some like small rolling hills. Small rolling hills. This is another one that I'm really unsure on, man. I think this is the US. Or is this Canada again? It's certainly like... No, I think I would go Central... I'm going to go kind of Central and just hedge everything. I don't know, man. Feels a little bit too... Is that sand? Yeah. Well, it's like sandy rock, which is really weird, isn't it? Maybe on a river somewhere? Maybe somewhere along the river. I'm going to stick with my original guess, which was somewhere around Missouri. We'll just go there. Screw it. Oh. Great guess again. Is that enough? Not enough. That was a really nice guess. Nebraska. I think someone in the chat said Nebraska, to be fair. Good guess, whoever said that. This should be Spain. Okay, we're in Spain. Come on, Ross. Region guess Spain. Is this southern Spain or northern Spain? I'm gonna have to say slightly more south, but I just don't know. Oh, nice. We needed that. Needed to just get that. Thank you. Needed to get that one in there. It didn't have a distinctly north or south vibe, was I just... What am I looking at? What am I... What is this coverage, man? It's just... It's got to be Argentina, just based on the scenery, but Jesus. How far north or south, though? Could it even be Santa Cruz? I don't know if it's as far south as Santa Cruz. I might go Rio Negro, like around here. By the way, are you on YouTube right now? I am streaming on my main channel. FPL Raptor. Could be Mexico, to be fair. I'm gonna guess it's Argentina. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mexico. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, nice. Oh, that was enough. That was enough. It was actually in the Chubut. I said it's not going to be in the Chubut province. Guys, that's my first time hitting 1,000 rating. And we did it on stream. How insane is that? Thank you very much for sticking around. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've had a good week. Should get promoted back up into Master 1, which is nice. And yeah, there we go, guys. Thank you for all of the support on the stream. I appreciate it. If you stuck around, hopefully you get some green arrows. Hopefully tonight, Rodon gets the bench boost off to a nice start. I will catch you on Sunday/Monday for the next video. What is the game here? It's called GeoGuessr. I've got a channel called GeoRaptor. If you want to see more of the content, feel free to go check it out. There's a link I've just put in the chat. But yeah, thank you for all of the support. And I will catch you next time, guys. Bye-bye.